right, so what happens tonight, Fester? What occurs? It's a Thursday night, and what happens tonight? What is it? Do you have any idea?
Yes, I know exactly what happens tonight.
Tell me what happens tonight.
Tonight's eviction night on Big Brother.
Oh, gee.
We got Joseph from Tampa is finally on the block.
Oh,
Quinn had no choice but to nominate Joseph last night after Leah won the power of veto and took Angela off the block.
Well, are you saying anything that's going to piss people off because they didn't watch it yet and they
Probably
have it DVR'd? I mean, it seems whenever you open up your yak trap about Big Brother, I get a series of complaints with people saying, I didn't get to watch it yet, and Fester's all blabbing things and blah, blah,
Look,
blah.
You can't. That's the problem of having recorded television like this. You know what's going to happen.
No.
It's on social media. I follow the Big Brother fan page, and it's all the information's out there. Anyway,
is that crazy lady still on it? I just watched like the first 2 episodes.
Yes,
she's still on it.
The creepy lady Angela was taken off the block by Leah.
Oh, jeez.
Leah, the chubby chaser.
I have no idea who.
Leah, who is a beautiful girl out of Miami.
So Leah chases chubby women or chubby guys?
Chubby men. She kind of during her like you know how they do like little vignettes about the
because when it comes to chubby chasing, it's always been my thought that it's mostly guys that chase chubby women.
Right.
I've never thought of a chubby chaser, which that's just a funny term. I'm sorry. I've always, whenever I hear chubby chaser, I just laugh. But I didn't know that there were chubby chasing women that chase chubby guys. I mean, does that happen on the gay side as well? Are there chubby?
I mean, I'm sure it happens on every side.
Everybody likes different body types.
Yeah. So, but Leah, who's from Miami, during her little interview.
So on the latest incarnation on CBS's Big Brother, we've got Tampa represented with the guy from the comic store,
Joseph.
Video store.
Yeah. Viper
Video, which is on MLK in Tampa.
Right.
There's an independent old school like video store, and they sell like DVDs and VHSs, and they've got like a little bit of everything in there.
Everything you'd expect from a video store.
And one of the guys that works at this Viper Video here in Tampa Bay is on the latest installment of Big Brother on CBS. Dun, 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 dun. Is that their noise now? Is that what CBS does? Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that that?
Yeah, quick little beats.
Yeah. So, so you're saying that Tampa's represented, and then Miami's represented as well?
Yes. So
is with Lacucci? Is that represented on Big Brother this season?
There's a couple of them.
What about Dildo Key?
Yes. Big couple.
Remember?
Yeah, we learned about new places around Florida.
What about a week ago or so? We had that list of just crazy places in Florida that you never heard of, and there's actually a place called Dildo Key.
So anyway,
which is down to it's off the Keys. It's like I think it's uninhabited.
Nobody lives there.
No, it's just like an uninhabited patch of sand that's called Dildo Key,
and it's spelled exactly like you would expect it.
And
to be
how
spelled,
is that, Roxanne? Can you spell that for us?
Why don't you spell it for us?
It's the script's. It's the script spelling bee. Okay, Roxanne, the word is dildo.
I'm going to need help with that.
Can you
moderator.
spell that? Can you spell that, please?
Moderator, can you use it in a sentence?
Yes, I can. Roxanne just shopped on Amazon for a dildo.
Speak for yourself there. I don't know what kind of kinky stuff you're into.
Wow.
You said, you said use it in a sentence, and I did.
It's just a sentence. It wasn't an accusation or a claim.
No, it doesn't matter. That's a normal thing for whomever.
Go ahead.
It sounds like it's very familiar in the Schnitt household.
Including you.
Go ahead and spell it. I used it in a sentence. Go ahead and spell it.
I don't need to spell it. Anyone who knows phonics can spell it. If my 6-year-old, which there are probably 6-year-olds listening right now, heard the word, they could spell it. It's phonetically sounds exactly like it is. It's spelled exactly like it sounds.
It is one of those sound out words.
Yes, it really is.
You're a 7th grader on the Scripps televised national spelling bee. Then I'm gonna have to disqualify you. You got all the way to the final round. You're not going to spell the word.
I don't need to. The audience knows. It's too easy.
It's a geographic location, and it's called Dildo Key. I mean, I'm not making this up.
I know.
Anyway, so.
So anyway, tonight is the eviction night on Big Brother. It's a huge night. I'm very excited about it.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm out.
You have no idea?
Oh, yeah. There's one more thing happening tonight.
Yeah, what might that be?
Tonight's pizza night at the house.
Oh, my God. What do you
Ooh.
stop for those $5.99 pizzas from Pizza?
They're like $6.99.
Oh, they raised the price?
So, no, tonight, the NFL season starts.
Pizza.
That's right.
The NFL season starts tonight.
Exactly. I'm playing the Fox NFL music when, in fact, the season opener for the NFL is on NBC, right?
Yeah, Thursday night football. It's on Prime too, right? It's a Thursday night football
I don't
game?
know. Is that deal still on? Is Bezos still shelling out buku bucks for the NFL on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, during the season, Thursday night football is on Prime.
Yeah, but tonight it's on NBC. It's a kickoff of, 8:20 p.m., and do you have any idea who's playing in the NFL kickoff tonight?
I happen to know.
All right, who is it?
It's the Baltimore Ravens
Yep.
against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right, and
Ooh,
where's it
good
being
game.
played?
In Kansas City.
Yes, it is. And, of
Yes.
course, the Kansas City Chiefs are the defending Super Bowl champions.
This is a rematch of the AFC Championship game from last year.
Oh, that's right. Hey, is Tay-Tay? Oh, Mike, is Tay-Tay going to be in Kansas City tonight?
Yes.
Is Travis Kelce going to be there? Or is he at some Taylor Swift concert in, Stuttgart or something?
Yeah, his hot European party summer is over.
That's over, yeah.
But he's back on the field, and the Ravens are going to be at the Chiefs tonight.
Oh, hey, do me a favor. Send a text to the Titanic guy.
Okay.
Send a text to JD, the crazy Titanic guy that we love. Send him a
Titanic.
Yeah, that guy right there. See if he can come on this morning, okay? Because I've got some more Titanic VHSs for him.
And we have Titanic news from yesterday. I wonder if he's aware of that.
Well, that's kind of a double whammy
Yeah.
that somebody gave me, and I'll get into that later on. But Luigi from Trattoria Pasquale, Michelle and I and Chloe went to his big night, which like every Wednesday or numerous Wednesdays during the course of the month, he does like a big night where they pick a region or a theme, and it's like a 7 or 8 course meal. So we went last night. He invited us as his guests because I'd never been to one, and he whips out 2 double VHS sets of Titanic that he picked up at a thrift store for JD. So we get JD on the phone, and then of course the news that broke over the last couple of days that the railing at the front, the bow on the Titanic, has fallen off, and it's into the sand now after 112 years. What a shocker! The railing finally fell over after being submerged at 12,000 feet for 112 years. Yeah.
Aside from the iceberg hitting it, it really was built well. Very sturdy.
No, it was not.
For the railing, yes, it was.
Well, okay.
112
It was the
years.
unsinkable ship that sank.
The railing was more durable than the manufacturing defect and the compartmentalization of the what?
That part was botched.
Yeah. Oh, that was.
Yeah.
But the railing was great.
Top-notch stuff.
All right, 6:08, just getting rolling. It's going to be a busy Thursday here on the MJ Morning Show. Of course, the rain has been nuts over the past couple of days. More flooding. Had a little sprinkle on the way in, nothing major. Back in minutes. the hard drive. That's probably falling apart too around here. There was just a little bit of a nick, a little glitch in that. I heard it with my clamped-on Cost Pro 4 AA headphones. Yeah, a little bit of a little glitch in the song. All right, 6:22 at the MJ Morning Show, MJ and the crew. So now I've got my wife, I guess a Titanic expert, agreeing with Fester. Yeah, Michelle just sent me a text here. And, Titanic in the news a little bit because the railing just fell off. Or it's been determined, I guess, between the last time the submersible and not a manned submersible, that one imploded, taking all the people with it. That what was that thing called? The Titan or whatever? What was that thing?
Yeah, I think the Titan submersible.
The Titan sub. And, that's been in the news recently because, families are filing like $1 lawsuits. I mean, that company doesn't have any money. What do they expect to get? I mean, the founder of the damn company imploded. I mean, there's no money to be gotten from that company, the Titan submersible. Anyway, a bunch of families, understandably are suing, but I mean, I don't know if you're going to get anything out of that deal.
Good luck.
And now the railing has fallen off because there are unmanned submersibles that go down, and from the last time they were down to just recently, they determined that a huge section of the front railing, where in the movie Leonardo DiCaprio was doing, I'm the king of the world, that's fallen off. And I'm shocked, man. After 112 years, they just don't build them like they used to. So Fester made some kind of comment that, the ship was built really well. I'm like,
it was called the unsinkable ship.
I'm like, no, it wasn't built well. The damn thing had a defect, and clearly it sunk in the North Atlantic. And Michelle just texted me, Fester, let me read this. Fester is correct. The Titanic was built well. It was not engineered properly.
So
it was the impact of the iceberg punctured it.
Yes, and you have the compartmentalizations, and rivets popped out and everything, and it caused the thing to flood, and it sank.
You're making a lot of people really upset about your really poor Titanic take.
What do you mean? I'm talking. How do you differentiate between? Oh, it was built well. It was engineered poorly. I'm not making. Obviously, there was a big problem.
So I got a guy named Dale who listens to the morning show.
Great.
Sends me a text.
Yeah.
I don't get all of Michelle's texts, but I get a text from Dale every now and then.
Well, because Michelle didn't text you.
Well,
Michelle texted me.
Sometimes she texts me.
Yeah.
Based on MJ's logic, the Bismarck wasn't built well at all because it sank. God, that man is never wrong. Thank you, Dale.
I'm sorry if the Titanic's on the bottom of the ocean.
Don't you know that it was called the unsinkable ship? Didn't you hear that before?
They put
a lot of craftsmanship into it.
Yes, I heard that, but it sank. I mean, it just seems like yes. Hello. Now what? You're a Titanic expert now?
No, but I know how to speak and use proper words that are appropriate. And the Titanic was obviously built well. It just was engineered improperly and not designed to hit an iceberg.
Well, that doesn't.
Those are very different. Statements.
I'm sorry. I can't delineate. I'm sorry. If the thing hit an iceberg and it sank, I don't consider that built well. How do you consider that built well?
Okay. That logic doesn't even make sense. Like, it wasn't designed to hit an iceberg.
They never even fathomed, hey, this could possibly hit an iceberg. So
but the ship itself was built well.
If the ship was built well, it would have hit.
It was engineered improperly.
If the ship
they used the wrong type of steel, first of all.
Well, then it wasn't built well. It's to me, this doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense to me. Then if they didn't use the right steel, then it wasn't built well.
No,
I feel like I'm in the
done properly.
I'm in the freaking Twilight Zone here.
You are in the Twilight Zone. You definitely are.
All right, I gotta go. All right, love you. Goodbye.
All right.
Yeah, I love you too.
Who was the really rich guy? Was the aviation tycoon who died on the Titanic? So because there's a conspiracy theory to all this, I'm sure you guys have heard about it.
I don't know if an aviation tycoon. You mean a railroad tycoon?
Was it a railroad tycoon? Okay,
you mean was it John Astor?
Yes, John Astor. So he died.
Was he railroad John Astor? Fester, look that up. Yeah, John Astor was multi-millionaire back in the day.
His wife survived. Yeah. And his child. He was a real estate developer, investor. writer, lieutenant colonel in the
Yeah.
Spanish-American War. Okay, so he died on it, and
All right, so wait a minute. So he's not an aviation guy.
no,
and-
I don't know why I said aviation.
And he's not
tycoon.
railroad either.
No,
Yeah,
neither.
Okay.
We just applied those older school, not older school, they're current times as well. But some people think that there was some funny business with the Titanic. If
What?
you look into the conspiracy theory rabbit holes.
Yeah, I don't.
So if you were interested in that, I'm not saying I do or don't believe them.
I am not interested
but
in
that
that.
would explain why it was well built, but it went down because there was sabotage.
Okay, first of all, the
No,
Astor
no.
conspiracy is crazy. If you want a real Titanic conspiracy,
Oh,
do you
Jesus.
know who was on the Titanic? Like the Levi guy, the guy that had like Strauss, the Strauss family.
Levi Strauss?
Strauss was on the Titanic, right?
Really?
Jordache.
no,
Jordache did it.
What the hell are you saying?
Jordache.
Hang on a minute.
I think it was Zeke Cavarici was behind the whole
line
thing.
line 2. Hi, Evan. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Yes.
Hey, good morning. First off, I want to tell you, MJ, I'm continuously amazed at how intelligent you are and how knowledgeable you are on so many different subjects.
Yeah, here comes the big
yeah,
butt.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Go ahead.
your wife is really a nice lady, I'm sure, but she has no clue what she's talking about. I was on the USS Nimitz
Right.
aircraft carrier
Yep.
for nearly 3 years, and some of my friends were in the Navy, obviously.
Yep.
I was in the Marine Corps. And the way they build ships is vastly different. And there was a major change in the way they built ships after the Titanic sunk, because they realized that building bulkheads and where they ended at a certain deck
Right.
was stupid. So now they build all these ships like honeycombs. So say an aircraft carrier did hit an iceberg, it would not sink. They would have that ship locked down.
Yeah, so just that compartment possibly would get damaged and flooded, and it wouldn't flood the whole damn ship, taking the whole thing down.
Absolutely.
Right.
They have thousands of watertight doors on that ship, and
Yeah.
it would float for weeks, if not months.
I think Fester's grumbling and
Evan,
mumbling.
Evan,
what are you
I
getting?
love
what are you
you,
getting?
but-
You getting bored over here, Fester?
Yeah, Evan, you're killing me,
jeez.
man. Listen, we'll have the
Why is he killing
we'll
you?
have the ship engineering podcast a little later.
Why don't
Thank
you
you.
go ship your
yeah.
pants?
Yeah, listen,
You go ship your pants. All right.
No, I'm
Hey,
just
hey,
saying.
Evan. So if you
Listen.
were on the Nimitz, then you were based in Norfolk, my hometown.
Yeah, absolutely. I lived in Norfolk, based in Norfolk for 3 years.
Yeah, I say my hometown. I'm from Virginia Beach, but Norfolk, Virginia Beach. It's all the same. Hampton Roads, Tidewater area.
All
All
right.
right, buddy. Hey, have a great day, man. Thank you, and hopefully my wife is not insulted
Yeah.
by you saying she has no idea what she's talking about.
Lady, she just doesn't know what she's talking about.
All right,
Hey.
you're causing problems for me at home. All right, goodbye, Evan.
Fester's irritated with this Titanic podcast, but I've got another thing, a zinger for you, Fester.
A zinger. We
You're
love those.
making up stories. You're making up jokes about Levi being on the ship or not being on the ship.
Hold on, is that false?
No,
Was
the Strauss family was on the ship.
They were on the ship. Okay. Well, guess who else was supposed to be on it but wasn't on it?
jeez.
Charlie
Milton
Chaplin. Oh.
Hershey. The man who invented the famed Hershey's milk chocolate bar was supposed to be a passenger on the Titanic. He backed out.
He backed out, and instead he was on the Hershey Highway when the ship went
Yeah.
down. Right? Is that the deal?
And that's nothing but smooth sailing.
Hey, Andrew said to me, "Hey, we're lucky we're on the air this morning."
Oh, boy.
He watched a transformer blow up on the road as he was driving to the studio this morning. Andrew, turn your mic on. So, listen, theoretically, we have a generator that if the power did go out here, we have a generator that theoretically would kick in and keep us on the air. But, around here, who the hell knows if that would be the case? So, I mean, as you were driving by, Andrew, the transformer blew up?
Yes.
And this was on 4th?
Yes. Well, no, it was near 4th. It was around the corner of 4th and was this 99th?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need like a geo-plotting on it. It's near 4th.
Oh,
Did it sound like that? That's like a transformer, Yeah. You ever hear the Transformers blow up? That's more of the lines arcing. That was, remember, this is the audio from that Mylar party balloon that took out like 3 blocks because this family let a graduation Mylar party balloon bouquet go, and it went right up into a power line, and it sounded like this. I love that noise. I love sounds. Yeah, that's just a great noise. But you've heard Transformers blow up in the neighborhood. Those will boom. I mean, they'll really like sound like an explosion, like some kind of IED went off.
They light up the sky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They do. They get that bright blue flash. All right. Well, luckily we're on the air, and I don't think. Did you see power go out when the Transformer blew up? Did the street lights go out?
Where the Glory Days is?
Oh yeah.
That power was out.
Oh, is the power still out over there?
I can't see that from here.
All right, heads up, Glory Days. You might not have power when you get there, unless they fix it. All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show here on a Thursday morning. It's a pretty loaded show today. I wouldn't move, and we'll commence the Morons in the News next. In minutes, a gigantic pile of total flaming moron idiots rolls next. People love the Morons in the News. Never a shortage. See the T-Mobile commercial now with the dudes from Scrubs with the parody of Holiday Road, which seems to be in heavy commercial rotation now. All right, 6:42 at the MJ Morning Show. Greetings, my friends. I am MJ along with Fester and Roxanne, and it is time for the early Morons in the news. Never a shortage of these jackwagons. Listen to this. This is out of northern Pennsylvania. Guys accused of stealing a new Subaru Forester. It's a nice vehicle, the Subaru Forester, Fester.
All-wheel drive,
Yeah, I could see you in a Subaru Forester.
I don't know if I'd fit.
Anyway, a dude steals a brand new Subaru Forester from a public library parking lot and then drives to the Hatfield, Pennsylvania Police Department in the stolen Subaru to ask for his drugs back, and then drove to Target with the intent of ripping Target off and just going on a shoplifting spree.
Wow.
This dude's got some issues.
Yeah.
Christopher Jordan Ganzel is charged with the auto theft, receiving stolen property, unauthorized use of a car. I mean, this guy's a mess. What the hell? Anyway, that's enough on him. But, speaking of retail theft, I like hearing stories about employees, protecting the assets of the company and, confronting the shoplifter. I mean,
that can be dangerous, though.
It could be. I mean, I like those stories, but more times than not these days with the big box stores, if you're an employee and even if you're in loss prevention, there are certain types of confrontations that the company frowns on and will fire you. And I just hate seeing these stories. It's like you've got an employee that gives a flying F, and then they do something to protect the company, and then they get fired for protecting the company. And I also love this. There was a duo at a Walmart, loss prevention guys at a Walmart, two guys. They were called Starsky and Hutch. A little throwback to the old cop show when I was a kid back in the 70s. Listen to this. A former Walmart worker who was part of a theft-busting duo known as Starsky and Hutch.
What, Hardcastle and McCormick weren't available?
Yeah. Was stabbed by a suspected shoplifter and says the company betrayed him by firing him. John Zaleski, 67 years old. You go, John. From Aurora, Colorado, which is, in the Denver metro, told the New York Post that he was so good at spotting shoplifters during his 10-month tenure at the store in Centennial, Colorado. And he and another cashier nicknamed themselves Starsky and Hutch. They were the Walmart Starsky and Hutch. In 10 months, he says, I stopped over 100 people. Recently adding that his work as a front-end associate probably saved the company thousands of dollars in shrinkage. And that's not a George Costanza cold, pool water deal. Shrinkage is what they, call, when the inventory shrinks. Exactly. Yeah. And he said that, listen, that's a big deal for, a relatively, small store. I guess this is a smaller Walmart. And he estimated they lost about $500,000 to theft last year. So John, 67 years old, he stops shoplifters. That's what he did. He got into a confrontation, ends up getting stabbed, and then Walmart fires him.
It's not a good look for Walmart, right?
Yeah. So,
okay, explain this.
He was even recognized by the company for his efforts.
Then why did he get fired?
I don't know. He was labeled the Shrink Buster of the month. That's the shrink. Get it? The Shrink Buster.
Yes.
So you're curtailing, you're thwarting the shrinkage by your diligence in your loss prevention role, and then they fire him.
All right, explain this to me, MJ. It seems there's a spectrum of loss prevention in these big box stores. For example, we've got this story. And then at the opposite end of the spectrum, you'll have attorneys tell you don't ever use self-checkout because you might accidentally not scan something, and they will prosecute you for stealing. So why is there the big discrepancy?
Why I don't understand the tie-in.
The tie-in is this is an instance where these guys are doing it over and over and over again, and then you fire the guy who finally puts a stop to it. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got someone who accidentally takes something in self-checkout, and these places go after them hardcore. You understand?
So I think the policy on a lot of these companies is the threshold.
Right.
If you make it outside of the store, and I think this guy, I don't know if he's Starsky or Hutch, whichever one he is. I don't know if he's Cagney or Lacey. If you follow them out, then you're breaking a company policy. And that might be the one that he broke that they let him go on. But still, the guy gets stabbed.
Yeah.
He started a GoFundMe, and I heard Target is actually donating a lot of money to it.
John Zaleski said that the local Walmart fired him early this month because he was stabbed after trying to stop a shoplifter. The suspects backed their silver Toyota into a handicap spot, made a quick getaway after the stabbing. So he confronted these shoplifters, and he got stabbed. The company even recognized his efforts. He got the Shrink Buster of the Month award.
Oh, good.
But then Walmart execs then did a flip-flop, and then they fired him.
Look, what happens on the corporate level and what happens at the store level is sometimes very different.
So he gets stabbed. He gets stabbed for Walmart's benefit, and then they reward him by firing him after he got the Shrink Buster award. That doesn't make any sense to me.
If
Anyway.
I were a recruiter at Kohl's, I'd be giving this guy a call.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we need him on the team.
Someone just hit me and said you can't be confrontational in a stop at Walmart or forceful. You can be reprimanded if you do either of those things.
Anyway, so that's this is just ridiculous beyond belief. Listen to this. A performer in a park in San Diego was ticketed for littering because he was blowing soap bubbles.
Dude, where was it?
What?
Where? Where part?
In San Diego.
I was in San Diego a couple of years ago. We were in La Jolla.
Yeah, La Jolla.
Oh
my God. This could be the same dude.
This
the
guy
the
does
guy's
the most amazing bubbles.
Yes, he got a ticket. Hold on, you actually saw this bubble blower in La Jolla?
Yes. It was the most amazing bubble guy I've ever seen.
Scripps Park, was that it?
It was where all this, you could go and see the seals right there.
Sandy Snackenberg, a local performer who's been creating bubbles at the park near La Jolla Cove for years, was ticketed by a park ranger for littering.
This guy's a national treasure.
I mean, for making soap bubbles. What the hell? They dissipate? How is that littering?
He would have a hoop, MJ, that was the size of a
hula hoop?
No, a Volkswagen.
Really?
Right? And he would dip it and make these incredible bubbles.
Yeah, Andrew says there's a bunch of videos on YouTube for this guy.
He'd make them 30, 40 feet long. And I'm like, everybody was mesmerized by this guy.
All right, so I guess the city also enacted a special zone, like a sidewalk vendor zone, an expressive activity zone, where if you're a performer, I guess this guy was outside of the expressive activity zone, but still, to be cited for littering over the use of prohibited fluids? What does he use, soapy water? What the? Come on.
All right, here's the deal. There's something else in his water.
Oh, yeah. What?
Well, look at the bubbles.
Well,
look at this picture. This is not a bubble.
That's iridescence.
No.
The soap and water. Dude, have you ever seen soapy water? No.
I have a lot of Dawn in my house. I can't make a bubble like this.
Yes, well, listen, you get like an iridescence. You get like that rainbowy kind of pastel-y look inside of soapy water and bubbles. I could make bubbly soapy water in the sink and blow a bubble, and you get that iridescence. This guy just happens to be making ones the size of tractor trailers.
There has to be another ingredient in there besides soap, water.
There's nothing else. I'm telling you. When you were a kid and you got that little plastic jar of bubbles with the little hoop,
I know.
Little wand that you pulled out and blew bubbles, those things had the same iridescence. It's just soapy freaking water.
Yeah,
don't overanalyze this.
Talk to the city of La Jolla, okay? I mean, dude, this guy's an amazing artist. He does some really incredible stuff.
That's just stupid. You're ticketing the guy for that. So he was outside of, I guess, the expressive performance zone, but then he gets hit with a littering fine for making soapy bubbles. That's freaking ridiculous. All right, 6:52 at the MJ Morning Show. We start the 7 o'clock hour next, and of course, around 7:25, we start 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So stand by. Coming up, man, you ought to see the pile of stuff we got to get to, including, good news about Ozempic. You know, the weight loss deal and the diabetes thing, Ozempic. There was a little bit of a concern and a scare, but guess what? All fears on Ozempic have been alleviated. What are those fears? That and many other things next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Do not move. 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. If you are on Ozempic, now I don't know if this holds true for Wegovy and Manjaro, but if you are on Ozempic, I guess there was a concern regarding something. But now all of your fears have been alleviated according to brand new research. So, Fester, Roxanne, either of you guys up to speed on what one of the concerns of Ozempic use was?
Wow, there's so many. I hear from various people who are on it and different wild feedback or wild side effects they have. And
what about suicide?
Yes. Well, I was gonna. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I was gonna say depression. That it makes people angry and sad.
No, I never heard. Really, it makes people angry.
What leads to suicide? I mean,
exactly.
It's not like you wake up one morning and it's like, hey, you know what?
Right. Those are the precursors.
What?
Anger and sadness are the precursors.
Well, here's the deal. This is the breaking news. This is Ozempic breaking news. Ozempic is not linked to suicidal behavior, according to new research.
From Ozempic.
From Ozempic.
Yeah, of course. Who funded this study?
Hang on. No, it's two new studies, independent studies. Two new studies found that the popular weight loss and diabetes drug, actually, it does include the other brands as well. So I guess it's really the semaglutide. How do you say that? Is it semaglutide or is it semaglutide? I've heard like both pronunciations.
I hear semaglutide more frequently.
But and then I heard a commercial though. I heard the voiceover for one of these products, and the voiceover said semaglutide.
Who
Okay,
cares?
then
Is the real
maybe-
answer. I mean, I have an aunt who lives in Kansas who calls Colorado, and I've never said, "Oh God, how
Hold
do you
on, no,
pronounce
no,
it?"
no. I've never heard Colorado.
Well, go visit
Get-
Western Kansas.
Get out of
Yes.
here.
Well, we're gonna hop over down to Colorado, and I was like, "What?" I've never stopped the presses and said, "How do you pronounce?" Just because
I've heard Colorado and Colorado, but I've never heard Colorado.
Well, yeah.
Well, they're just pronouncing the A as a.
but
what is that,
instead of getting lost in the weeds and
Long
all
A.
of it, I don't really.
you don't
care.
think about it.
Much like Semega. See, I can't even pronounce the second one you
It's-
said.
All right. So I've heard semaglutide and semaglutide.
Are you going to lose sleep over it tonight?
He will.
Listen.
MJ will.
Before I move on, the bottom line is apparently the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy and Mounjaro. Doesn't Mounjaro have the semaglutide or whatever the hell it is? Anyway, not linked to suicidal behavior. But the debate rolls on. So two new studies appear. The first study, researchers at the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania analyzed data from more than 3,300 people, participated in one of four semaglutide or semaglutide clinical trials, did not have any major mental health conditions during the course of the study. So
Think about these couple of things. What do these semaglutides or semaglutides do to you? One of two, they make you not want to eat, and they make you not want to drink. We found that in studies as well, right? So those are two things that are oftentimes enjoyable for people. So it's sort of messing with your happiness in life. It's muting things. So maybe that could lead to the psychological issues.
so many people are on these weight loss drugs. And a lot of people are not even on the brand name drugs. A lot of people are getting like these compounded versions or the generic versions of the semaglutides. And, but some people admit to being on them, and lots of people don't want people to know.
Yeah, they're losing tons.
Yeah. And, I think it's caused people to ask the question. And look, I'm not going to mention any names or point any fingers, but there are some individuals that I have contact with where they've lost a lot of weight. And, some of them have said, yeah, just to exercise and diet. I'm like, yeah, right. Come on.
See, look at you.
Give me a break.
Look at you, mister.
You're on Ozempic. You're on Wegovy or Mounjaro or whatever. All right, let me move on here with something that I'm just fascinated with. And where the hell did this come from? I mean, we've been in the Tampa Bay area for a long time with the MJ and BJ show from 1994, MJ Morning Show from 01 on. Listen, I've never heard of these damn things, and suddenly it's all over the news. Are you following this berry that people are stealing by the thousands of pounds? And like these holes could bring in like $1 million for these freaking berries that are growing like in the wild?
Really?
What? There were tons of stories on this thing. Listen to this. This is from Fox. Hillsborough state attorney vows to prosecute saw palmetto berry thieves. You will be held accountable. And you're not allowed to steal these berries. And the berries, I guess the extracts and these berries are worth a fortune. They're like worth their weight in gold. And gold is through the roof these days. Gold is above what? Like 22. What is the price? Gold's what? $2,200 an ounce now or something?
Sounds right. Let me look it
Yeah,
up.
gold is listen to this. Hillsborough County State Attorney Susie Lopez promised yesterday that her office will prosecute saw palmetto berry thieves under a new state law. So new law cracking down on the berries. Oh, holy crap. Gold is $2,500 an ounce now.
Oh, my God.
But these saw palmetto berries are worth even more, apparently.
Wow.
According to Fox 13, in July, it became a third-degree felony. So a new law kicked in, I would imagine, on July 1. Became a third-degree felony in Florida to harvest or steal saw palmetto berries without permission. Last month, Hillsborough County deputies announced their first arrests under the new law. Hilario Gonzalez Hernandez, 39, and Maria Hernandez Santiago, 42, of Plant City, accused of stealing 800 pounds of the saw palmetto berries. And then I saw a report that the 800 pounds of berries could bring in close to $1 million.
Dude, that's like one of the biggest supplements out there.
Why have I never heard of saw palmetto berries until like 6 hours ago?
I've heard of saw palmetto in the vitamin aisle because they make it a supplement.
Yeah, well, that's the deal.
Yeah.
With 800 pounds of berries, all of the supplements and extracts and all the whatever the crap is you get out of this berry, it's worth a freaking fortune. 800 pounds of berries, that's like, 2 Festers.
Isn't its benefit something to do with like a prostate or something?
Yeah, it's supports prostate health. May decrease
Are you concerned with your prostate
inflammation.
health, Roxanne?
Drastically concerned with my
So
prostate
are
health.
you taking saw palmetto berry extracts to help with your prostate?
Large doses.
Dude,
When's the last time you had the physical with the up the
Yeah,
you know?
you're gonna have to share all these experiences with me.
Well, listen, I'll tell you right now,
Sounds
I'm
like
very
something
concerned.
you guys enjoy.
I am very concerned with my prostate health. I was giving myself a self-exam the other day.
Sure,
I
yeah.
wouldn't doubt it.
It took 45 minutes.
Oh God, that is not a visual anybody wants at this time.
Exactly.
May improve urinary tract function,
Yeah.
so that goes for both sexes. May prevent hair loss, and may help regulate testosterone levels. So this does sound like a male sort of supplement.
Is there any proof, or is this just all hocus pocus on these saw palmetto berries?
There's a million manufacturers who make vitamins that say the same thing.
They're worth a lot of money because when people sell them, they can be manufactured. Lopez, this is Susie Lopez, the Hillsborough County state attorney. She did a news conference yesterday. She was at the Sumner Cattle Company in Waimama, and then I saw the dude that runs like this cattle ranch, and I guess they have these saw palmetto berries all over the place, and they're getting ripped off. People are ripping off their berries.
So the problem is they're on private property? Or is what they're going to do to them?
They also grow in the wild. No. It's the theft of the berries, and these are being sold to companies that make these supplements.
According to Susie Lopez, here's the issue.
Yeah.
It's who it's being sold to. Where are a lot of the vitamins that we see on our shelves?
Oh, China. No. It's not the fact that it's being sold to China. It's the fact that I don't think it matters who it's. It so happens that a lot of the berries are probably sold to Chinese manufacturers, but I don't think that's not the problem.
Can you not make
the problem is it's just the theft of the berries. And I've been in Florida since 1992, in the Tampa Bay area since 1994, and I've just heard of saw palmetto berries in the last couple of weeks.
It's got to be the sale part of it. Listen, if you see a blueberry bush,
listen,
if you got to see a blueberry bush in the wild and you pick the blueberries, they're not going to prosecute you. It's this particular item.
It is.
Is it in the drug category?
No, I don't think it's a supplement. I'm just saying that it's the theft of the berry which ultimately is being sold.
Can you make a saw palmetto cobbler out of it?
Why don't you do some why don't you go harvest some and find out?
I will.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the investigators said the berries can sell for up to $3.50 a pound. Investigators
$350 a pound?
No, $3.50 a pound.
And where's this because the $1 million is coming after it's processed?
I guess so. They add that the thieves sometimes sell them to roadside buyers, but the berries generally make their way down to Immokalee and then are shipped to China for processing.
Yeah.
But it's not the fact that it's being sent to China. It's just the illegal harvesting of the freaking berry.
I don't know.
I've learned more about saw palmetto berries in the last couple of weeks than I didn't even know this existed.
Sold to China is a real big trigger word in the in the legal field.
That's not. No, it's just the overall. If it got sold to Venezuela, it's the theft of the berry that is now illegal. That's really what it comes down to. All right, 7:13 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, we're about to launch an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Hey, did you guys see the email on the sensitivity training?
Yeah, we're probably all the examples in the class.
What? I've been in for. Hold on. Hold on.
Right?
All right, now we'll be playing a clip from the MJ Morning Show on
Again.
WRBQ.
Again.
I've got to address this because we've been here in this form. The MJ Morning Show has been on Q105 for almost 4 years. We have never taken sensitivity training ever. So what is the catalyst? Why do we suddenly have mandatory sensitivity training? You know what? I want to share the email.
Is it part of a settlement of a bigger?
I
You
don't
know what?
know.
I think this room could use empathy training. That's a class.
I want to get to the bottom of this. Well, I want to know what the hell. Why are we having sensitivity training all of a sudden? I want to get to the bottom of this. And my anger with Breeze Airways continues. I am so pissed off. Breeze is costing me money. If you don't know my deal, I got my high school reunion coming up. I bought tickets on Breeze like 2 months ago, and then they whacked me over the head with some bad news, and now they're causing me financial hardship. I got to get into that coming up in just a bit. All right, and then Roxanne, you got this nutso tip story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
It's crazy.
Come on, you're making this up.
I wish I was making it up.
This is a fabrication.
It was like the biggest Larry David. Doug was so mad. He's just like, I've never felt more awkward. It was something.
There's a bizarre restaurant tip story that you got to hear. All right, we're loaded because we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Next, stand by. it, you love it, you can't live without it, folks. You know it.
Barbara Streisand.
No, not Barbara. I'm talking about an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Right now, at 7:25, we start 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ morning show. Let's dive in. I think we're all familiar. We're all aware. We all got an email yesterday. Mandatory sensitivity training. What the hell prompted this?
I didn't read the email. You're going to read it on air?
Yeah, why not? I mean, what do we need to be sensitized to? Are we not sensitive? I'm very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive male. Why do I need sensitivity training? We have been doing this show now for almost 4 years. I've been a Beasley Media Group employee since October of 2020. So all 4 years, October 5th, that's the time that the MJ Morning Show has been back here on 104.7 FM. And then I get this email yesterday, along with, I guess, every other employee, that there are mandatory sensitivity training sessions. It's mandatory. Well, you know what? I'm going to test it. Why do we not show up and see what happens? What do you think is gonna? You know, hey, can I mention something? We have these like security modules that you have to do. I haven't done them in 2 years, and no one said a word.
You know, I'm looking forward to going to see what they do talk about.
You know what I'm talking? You know the security modules,
yeah.
and you got to watch these stupid videos where some cluster F of a turd of an employee like does all kinds of stupid things on the computer network and clicks on every phishing link, and you know you have to watch these videos, and then you have to answer questions.
I'm just being honest. I don't have time to watch those videos, but for me, they're mandatory, I suppose. Yeah. So I press them and I let them play, and I go and do other tasks that I need to get done.
Do that.
And then I come back and answer the question. If you don't know the answer to the question, if you have to watch that video to figure out the answer to the question, you are an idiot.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be employed. You shouldn't even be alive. I mean, but seriously, I don't even see. You're all scaredy cat over there. You push and watch or let the videos play.
It's not scaredy cat. It's called premeditated.
I don't even open the damn emails. I haven't done one of the security modules it's got to be over 2 years. And I'm not on any kind of a crap list. No one said a word to me.
Oh, you're on a bunch of lists. Nobody's just brought it to your attention yet.
Now we have sensitivity training. So we get an email yesterday. Good afternoon, program directors, on-air staff, content creators. Shortly, you will receive invitations to virtual sensitivity training sessions via Zoom. These important and informative sessions will be hosted by Deb Barrett.
Oh.
Deb Barrett.
How do you get that job?
Wasn't she on TJ Hooker back in the 80s or something? Who the hell is Deb Barrett? I don't know. Could you look up Deb Barrett?
Look up her creds.
Who the hell is Deb Barrett? Sounds like an interior designer. Yes, who did your interior design work? I love this couch. Oh, that's Deb Barrett.
She also told me how to appropriately talk to people so as not to offend.
All right. For your convenience, there are 2 sessions allowing you to attend the one that best fits your schedule. There is no need to attend both. However, it's mandatory that you attend the sessions, and it's next Thursday. And then the following Thursday. So Thursday the 12th and then Thursday the 19th. But what has prompted this? And what do I need to be sensitive about?
This is litigation protection.
So what's going on?
This is how companies protect themselves from lawsuits.
Yeah.
So then they say, oh, we told them not to do that.
The same thing like with the shoplifting a couple of segments ago. They have a policy. Don't chase anybody. And if you do, you broke the policy. You're out.
You know, I'm going to test this. I'm not going to go.
Okay, don't go.
I'm not going to log in. What are they going to do? Fire me?
I don't know why you're not the host of this.
Yeah.
Why the hell is Deb Barrett hosting this? Why isn't this being hosted by MJ?
Can I sign up for your sensitivity training course? What would it be like?
Sensitivity training with MJ. Oh man, I'm just, the whole DEI and all the woke crap, and I'm fed up with it. I'm sick of it. But I wonder what prompted this, or I wonder if this is like preemptive. I don't know what the deal is, but when suddenly out of nowhere, you've been here for 4 years and I've never had any sensitivity training, and then suddenly in the next 2 weeks there are mandatory sessions. Everybody must be sensitized with the sensitivity training. It makes you scratch your head and you wonder, well, did something prompt this? Or, have the lawyers said, oh, man, you don't have sensitivity? Oh, you need sensitivity training. I don't know. Listen, corporations get sold on a lot of stuff. And so, trust me, someone's making money on the sensitivity training.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So,
well, listen.
Oh, that's true.
I look forward to going just to learn how to be more sensitive.
that's a very good thing. Fester, because you're
a company guy, Fester.
Hey, have you ever heard of?
I don't know if that's the case.
Have you ever heard of somebody picking up an item in a store and they didn't drop it or smash it, and it just comes apart in their hands, and then the store charges them for the item?
Oh, no.
Yeah, this man caught my attention. This is a crazy story. This woman was shopping at Versace. First of all, I didn't know that Versace sold a limited edition porcelain mug. When you think of Versace, you think of what? Like purses and dresses, right?
Totally, yeah.
You think of fashion. But Versace, or what was it, Showgirls? Who was the movie Showgirls?
Yeah, with the girl from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, what was her name?
And Gina Davis was in that too. No.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah.
Elizabeth something.
No, that was the crazy lady with the turtlenex. Elizabeth.
No.
What was her name?
Berkeley. Elizabeth Berkeley,
Thank
Gina
you.
Gershon.
Right.
Gina Gershon.
Yeah. All right. So Elizabeth Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And didn't they say that her career was ruined because of that Showgirls movie, right?
I thought it made her career, but some people say the contrary.
Yeah, I don't think she could get arrested after that. Anyway, the movie was a flop. But wasn't there a line in the movie where she talks about, instead of saying Versace, didn't she say Versace? Yeah,
Versace, that's right. It just came back to me.
Versace. Anyway.
Show me you don't belong in the room without telling me you don't belong in the room.
I had no idea that Versace sells freaking coffee mugs for $500.
Okay, so I typed in Versace mug into Google, and then
oh my God, there's one for $1,175.
This is a crystal mug. They have much more reasonable products that are $215 each. Here's a Versace tumbler for $1,100.
All right, here's the deal. Let me tell the story. So this woman is in, I guess, a Versace store. She picks up a Versace cup, and the handle just came off in her hand like a toy. It just came. She didn't drop it. She didn't smash it on the floor. She literally picks up the mug, and the handle just separates from the mug, and the mug hits the ground, and it busts. And Versace charged her for the mug. Listen to this.
How did they charge her?
I don't know.
I just walk out the store and say,
just
tough crap, Versace.
Yeah, exactly. You just pick up your ass and just walk the heck out of there.
Did it say do not touch?
No, I don't think so.
Does Versace have one of those you break it, you bought it signs?
Yes, because those stand up.
Right,
they're enforceable.
Let me tell you a story about that. And this has stuck with me all these years. When I was a kid, and this is up in Nanuet, New York, up in Rockland County. In the next town over, it was called Pearl River. And myself, my mom, and some of the other kids in the neighborhood, for, I don't know, a couple of months, they took us to pottery class. And there was a little shopping center, and they had a pottery store, and they had just shelves and shelves on the wall of all of these like plaster, like objects, like animals, you name it, all kinds of just different mugs and all kinds of like white plaster ceramics.
And then you pick it to paint?
Yes. So you pick it, you paint it, you glaze it.
And then they kiln it.
Then they put it in the kiln, they fire it.
Right.
And then you come back. And we did this for a couple of months or whatever. But I remember that on the shelf all around the store, they had these little like index cards that were thumbtacked to the wooden shelves. And it said, lovely to look at, lovely to hold. If you break it, consider it sold. And I was like 7 years old, and I was able to read. And That made such an made a major impression on me, and I still remember that to this day. Anyway,
the novelty of reading 7-year-olds.
If you, first of all, are you an idiot if you pick up a Versace mug and the thing just falls apart in your hands? Suddenly you're left holding the handle while the whole mug falls and shatters. Just get the hell out of there. Just walk out. That's not your fault. What kind of a dope would allow Versace to charge them $500 for the broken mug when it's not their fault? And then, listen, according to this woman, and she did a video up on social media, it popped up on my Instagram Reels, right? And I'm like, come on, really? So she claims that the Versace employees, listen to this, picked up all the broken pieces, put it in like a velvet Versace bag, wrapped it up in the bag with the tissue paper, and like gave. It's like, oh, here you go. Here's your mug, $500. I mean, come on.
Brutal.
It was some limited edition. Here. It was. I made some notes. I forgot to mention this. The mug that she broke was part of the Versace Rosenthal limited edition collection of porcelain mugs.
Sounds nice.
It's the Rosenthal collection. Yes, I wonder if Dr. Todd Rosenthal is behind this. Anyway, so the mug, I guess, had Prince and Medusa decors. Medusa, that's the snake hair lady, right?
Yes. You turned to stone.
Yeah.
I was just looking
at her face.
MG, I was looking at the Medusa mug a couple minutes ago. Look how nice this mug looks.
Oh, it's a very nice looking mug. It's very Versace-esque.
Isn't that how Perseus killed the big sea monster? What is that, Fester? He took Medusa's head and held it up to him, and then he turned to stone. Did you see that in Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, according to Clash of the Titans, that's how it went down.
Yeah.
But seriously, why would this woman allow Versace to force feed her a $500 bill for a mug that just came apart? She says she picked up the mug by the handle and it separated. She did nothing, and then it fell to the floor. And then they're charging her $500 for this damn limited edition mug. Give me a break. He's walking. What can they do? Hey, if anyone listening has any insight, if you're in retail or if you have any insight in this, you walk out of the store. What can they do? Any lawyers listening? Any law enforcement listening? All right, that's the scenario. What do you do? 800-990-1047. I'm going to grab a couple of calls. This is fascinating to me. If you just walk out of the store, you're like, I'm out of here. You're doing Fred Flintstone feet. You're gone. What can they do? You didn't drop it and smash. It came apart in your hand. It's a manufacturing defect.
Do you guys see the tie-in to Medusa? It's all coming together in my head now.
Of course it is.
Because when she... You have to follow this, MJ.
If
you saw Clash of the Titans,
I'm with you. I didn't see that.
You understand? If you saw Clash of the Titans, when Perseus holds up or when someone looks at the Medusa's face, they crumble. They immediately turn to stone and crumble. And that's what happened to this Medusa mug. She picked it up and it crumbled into her hands.
You're on psychedelics. You're making the most bizarre
how is that bizarre?
I don't know.
Well,
isn't that what we do around here? Bizarre connections.
Listen, Roxanne's a big Greek mythology
freak. I am.
She loves it.
Was that your major in college?
No, I just like reading about it.
Michelle just sent me a text that Gucci and Hermes also do mugs.
Why wouldn't they all have like a line of China patterns and stuff and mugs?
I want to go to phones on this. Call us up. I want to know, what would you do? Would you just walk the hell out, or would you get suckered into paying for the mug that you did not break? Why would you get bullied into that? 800-990-1047. Any insight? If you're a store manager, if you own a store, if you're a lawyer, I mean, what is your responsibility? If you're a customer and you're in Versace, you pick up their freaking mug and it just comes apart in your hand and drops and breaks and the handle comes off. Through no fault of your own, you just walk out of there. Are you obligated to have to buy that thing? No. I mean, come on. What does the law say about this? 800-990-1047. I would love to know, like a John Quinones thing on ABC. What would you do?
See you later. You'd never see me again.
What would you do? Or has anything similar happened to you? Have you ever broken something in a store and just walked out? Or did they try to charge you for breaking something in a store? All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I'm fascinated clearly by this. There's no way I'm getting suckered and bullied into that. Let me grab Michelle in Largo. Hi, Michelle. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Good morning.
Yes, Michelle.
I was just going to say on the Versace mug, if they've got a return policy, I would in turn hand them back their little velvet bag with the receipt and say, your product is crap. I'd like to return it for my money, please.
Well, but you don't even walk out of the store. Don't get even suckered or bullied into paying for the damn thing is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have paid for it for sure, but I'm just saying the person who did.
I think the person that did is a dummy. You know, to pay
I agree with you.
pay the $500. What are you, nuts? Get out of here. Hey, Michelle, thanks for the call. Opens up a line, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. What are your thoughts on this? Am I right? Am I wrong? Just walk the hell out of the store.
Leave, yeah.
Get out of here. What can they do? It's not like you're stealing. Hello, police? Yes, the handle on the mug snapped off in the customer's hands. It fell to the floor and broke. What's the charge there? 800-990-1047. Laura in Lakeland. Hi, Laura. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi there. How are you?
Doing fine.
I couldn't just walk out the door. I would ask them to either look at camera footage or I say call the police and let's sort this out. But I would not pay, nor could I just walk out the door.
All right, so you would find the middle ground, and I just don't know what the charge would be here. What are you going to be charged with?
Well, I agree. That's why I think they would just probably drop it after I said call the police.
All right, thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Laura.
All right, bye.
Let me grab Wendy in St. Pete. Wendy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. I'm not sure what the previous lady said, but I did hear the police mention. But I would have called the police and had them watch the video. I would not have walked out without proof.
Now, again, we're assuming, I'm guessing Versace probably has surveillance cameras all over the place. I wonder if...
I would think.
Yeah, I wonder if that camera, though, caught that particular angle and it showed... that the thing just came apart like a little twig, in the customer's hand.
True.
All right, Wendy, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. I'm telling you, I'm fascinated by this damn story. And who gets bullied into paying $500 for this Versace mug? Rachel is in Seminole. Rachel, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, Rachel.
We were in a little, just a little beach store that had little knickknacks and happened to knock something over.
You mean a store full of crap you really don't need?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
Go ahead.
We put it back on the shelf,
Yep.
and we walked out of the store, and they came and got us. The police actually came after us and made us go back in the store and pay for it.
Whoa, hey, where was this?
Madeira Beach.
Wait a minute, so you're at Madeira Beach? And was it your fault? Did you drop it and break it?
Just actually, it was so clustered up in there, just happened to bump into the shelf that it was sitting on and knocked it over.
Was there any sign like, don't touch the merchandise, we'll be glad to help you? Or was there anything, if you break it, you buy it?
No.
And you're telling me you walked out of the store and they tracked you down and called the police?
They did. We were around the corner, and we were by the brown boxer that was down there at the time, and they actually came after us and made us go back to the store and pay for it.
Unit 2, the bric-a-brac breakers are right around the corner. Get them, apprehend them. Code 2, Code 5, Code 2, Code 3.
Yes, they did.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it was a few years ago. The store's not there anymore because those stores all closed down eventually. But...
Oh, my, hold on. We have the actual audio of the police coming after you.
132 in Bush. I got him at gunpoint. Okay, gunpoint 132 in Bush. Covers code 3.
Yeah, exactly. they broke the bric-a-brac.
Yep.
How much was the item that you broke?
It was under $100, but it was about $30. I'm guessing.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's what. See,
No.
this is why we take phone calls, man. That is a great story, Rachel. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You guys have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Let me grab Michael in Tampa. Michael, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Yes, go
when
ahead.
I was younger, my dad worked for Western Auto, and before Christmas, they would take us to the store and we could pick out what we wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
And my dad would put it in a box and he'd pay for it. Well, going through the aisles, I seen a set of boxing gloves. I told my dad I wanted boxing gloves in the worst kind of way. And he was like, well, they don't even fit your hands. I'm like,
Hold on. Western Auto sold boxing gloves?
yeah, Western Auto was, used to have all kinds of stuff. So he puts these boxing gloves on my hand and he kneels down and he says, holds up his hand and says, hit my hand. I hit his hand, and I guess he wasn't realizing it was such a hard punch. Knocked him into a gigantic display of drinking glasses, and all these drinking glasses came down and hit the floor, busted everywhere. Needless to say, I did not get boxing gloves for Christmas.
Yeah, well, did he have to pay for the glasses?
I don't know if he had to pay for the glasses
That's
or not,
funny.
but his manager was standing there watching, and he busted out laughing. I mean, this was
I'm guessing
100 years ago.
Yeah,
Western Auto, man.
I'm guessing if the manager's laughing, Dad probably didn't pay. Thanks for the call, man. Soraya in Tampa. All right, let me grab two more, Andrew, and then I got to move on. Soraya in
Hey,
Hi, Soraya. Go ahead.
Hey, so I was at a store once with my son when he was little. That boy, I don't know what he was doing. I obviously wasn't watching. He knocked over a shelf. Then knocked over a shelf. When I turn around, I hauled ass out of there with him. And as we're leaving, I still hear shelves knocking over. When I got in that car, man, I beat that boy. I beat him for knocking over shelves. I was so embarrassed. I never went back to that store.
What was the store?
Goodwill.
What was it?
Goodwill?
Oh,
Goodwill.
Goodwill. So you broke all kinds of crap at Goodwill and you fled.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I ran out of there. I have no idea.
Well, that wasn't very goodwill of you, was it? All right, thanks, Soraya. Have a great day. All right, last. We can say something. We can say something else.
Yeah. Hey. So, you're best friends with the cake girl now?
Listen. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't say best friends, but she's an awesome client, and we're friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met you about a year ago. Remember?
You met me about a year ago. Where?
At Mickey's, and I brought you some of my keto desserts.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were at Mickey's Subs down in South Tampa, and I was with Michelle, and you guys gave us some of your keto desserts.
Yeah, my delicious healthy bakes.
Yep, I appreciate it. Thanks, Soraya. Have a great one. Oh, was there something with the cake girl? Do you want to get introduced to the cake girl?
That would be nice.
You go walk into her shop. Right. Tell them MJ sent
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah, I mean the cake girl is an awesome client.
Yep.
She and her husband have become friends. Absolutely. I don't know if we're besties.
I mean, you went to dinner on Friday night.
We did.
I mean, I don't go to dinner with people I'm just on the bubble with.
Yeah. No, listen. I don't know if I use. I mean, like best friends. I think that's kind of like an 8 or 9-year-old term. Oh, that's my best friend. My best.
I have best friends.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. No, the cake girl and her husband have become friends, and they're awesome clients here on the MJ Morning Show. So thanks for All right, one more call on this. Curly in Tampa. Hi, Curly.
Hi, MJ.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So they would have to pay me for the defective merchandise that almost sliced my finger off.
What happened?
The crap that we're selling, that cup that you're talking about. If I was in that store and I picked up that mug and it crumbles in front of me, they would have had to pay me.
Oh, so you're assuming that you would have sliced your finger wide open, requiring 17 stitches and a tetanus shot.
That's right.
Okay, I got it.
And all the medical treatment for the trauma.
All right, now I got you loud and clear. Thank you, Curly.
You're just a phony baloney trying to have a slip and fall scam.
That's all Curly is. And one more thing.
Yes.
I was in a shop in New York City. I told my kids, do not touch anything. They had signs all over the place.
Right.
Do not touch the merchandise, T-shirts, anything. Do not touch. We'll help you. What happens next door? A family walks in. The kid picks up a $200 cent, some Buddha thing. Next thing I know, I hear it's on the floor.
Hold on, the kid picked up. Did you say the kid picked up a $200 Buddha?
Yes, one of the Edson Buddha.
Oh wow!
Next thing I know, it's all shattered in pieces in the floor, and they had to pay $200-something before they were allowed to leave the store.
What, they like block the exits? What do they
Yeah,
have?
the lady went into the broom in the front, and the guy was like, "No, you got to go to the cashier." And they were like, obviously in Chinatown, speak half English. We booked out of there. We just was like, we don't want to get involved in this.
Thank you, Curly. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right, there we go. So you break it, you buy it. Listen, I don't subscribe to that. The Versace story to me. If you're picking up a Versace limited edition mug and the handle comes off in your hand like a toy, how's that your fault? Anyway, that's how this whole conversation got started. Yeah, this woman had to pay $500 because she picked up a Versace mug and the handle came off. It's not her fault. All right, 7:50 at the MJ. 7:50. 7:50 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. It's 104.7 FM. I want to talk about a particular situation when it comes to love. There was, and I didn't know this term until just recently. Have you heard of love bombing?
Yes.
How do you know what love bombing is?
That term's been around for a bit. You know, it's just when people.
Explain what is love bombing?
A lot of times it has a negative connotation, and people will say it's something like a narcissist does. Like they'll be mean to you, but then they'll love bomb you. Like if they're in the doghouse, then all of a sudden the guy's coming back to you, and he's like, "Oh, just." Blowing up your phone with text messages. That's like love bombing. It generally has to do with text messages.
Well, I guess it could be texting, but let me get a little more specific with the definition.
Is it like where you show no love and then you show an abundance of love?
Nah,
it doesn't have to be predicated. You don't have to previously show no love. It's when you show a lot of love. You love bomb someone with adoration, whether it's compliments.
You're getting closer there. All right. So this is a manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
And this is where you just, I guess, shower people with affection before you really get to know somebody. So before you actually get deeper into a relationship, is it phony? Is it like fake and false? It's where you manipulate and you shower somebody with, you said, like compliments, and you, I guess, overly share the desire that you want to be with somebody or get to know somebody before you actually get to the point. So it's almost like an artificial, like a water blast of just affection, compliments.
Is it to win somebody over?
Yeah.
To take it to the next level?
Yeah.
Right. I think, we have to put a label on everything now, it seems, and come up with these cutesy phrases like love bombing. But I think, this is what we used to call or refer to if a guy wants to hook up with a girl and he's really nice to her to get in her pants. And then,
so just playing the game. Yeah. It's just you fake interest, you fake, affection, and it's all just to, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And that's it. Yeah, and it creates what they say is like a phony or a facade of love and affection. And what it does is it kind of puts the other individual off guard, and many buy into it, and it's really just manipulation.
It's almost like a sales tactic. More nefarious one, but I'm all in. I'm going to buy into this relationship because this person is obsessed with me. They're really into me.
I just wasn't aware of the term love bombing and what we've just described. This is a public service announcement. Don't be a victim of love bombing. Yeah, this is like carpet bombing, in military talk. Yeah, don't be a victim of love bombing. I guess be on guard. I mean, try to be sensitive that some people play this manipulative scheme Professor, why are you looking at freaking tires?
I got a minor emergency I'm dealing with right now.
I mean, we're doing the show here, and Fester's looking at tires online. You're looking at Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4 Performance tires.
Yeah.
What's the emergency? Would your wife blow out another tire again?
No, not one.
What?
Allison has a habit of driving off of the curb of the road. Hillsborough County roads, a lot of them.
Dude, she just blew out a tire like 6 months ago.
I think a little closer to a year, but yeah. This is like going to be.
How many tires has she gone through? Would she blow out another sidewall?
The thing is, the profile of the tire is so shallow here. It's so low to the ground that I don't know if it's the rim that's jacked.
It is not that low to the ground. I'm looking at. So that's the tire you need.
If you fall off the.
Hey, I got to stay on the road.
No crap. No crap.
Don't drive off the road. How many tires has she been through in that Tesla of hers?
2. We had the original ones, and I replaced them all. Then she lost.
Hold on, she busted 4 tires on the original delivered vehicle.
No, I didn't replace them. We had the tire guy come and replace. She's gone through.
And then didn't she destroy a wheel as well?
I've gone through 2 rims.
Oh
and
my
2
God.
tires. Because when the rim gets bent, you sometimes you can hammer it back into shape, but other times you can't.
When did this happen?
The tire situation today?
Yes.
14 minutes ago.
Is that why? Did she text you? Or?
Yeah. My phone rang a couple seconds ago.
We heard you.
Yeah, and I was like, "Why the hell is she calling me now?"
I heard the phone ring,
and it's on silent, but people who are in my address book ring through.
Okay.
And I get a text, and it says, "Hey, got a sec?" And I'm like, no, we're on the radio. Yeah. And we're going through the whole thing. She's like, "Hey, I'm trying to get a hold of the manufacturer now, or Tesla now." But
is she like stranded?
Well, she says I have 2 flats.
Where is she?
I thought she was in the driveway. I thought she drove over like a box of nails or something.
Let me call her up.
And Tesla has, remarkably good service, but they quoted her a price for 2 new tires.
Of course they did.
Which, and it's not nothing.
Hang on a minute. All right. So, do you know where she is? Is she like safely off on the side of the road somewhere? Or?
She sent me a picture. I said, "Send me a picture of where you are." And she's in a neighborhood.
Hello?
Hey,
Allison, it's MJ and the crew live. You're stranded?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, you're stranded?
Yeah, both of my passenger side tires popped.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
What the hell?
These are the best tires Michelin makes, and they pop?
What did you hit?
Well, the side of the road, it kind of went off a little bit.
No. You went off the side of the road.
The road itself is quite straight.
Yeah. Allison, you got to stay on the road.
I know. It dropped off, and the tow truck's trying to call me. Can I?
All right.
What do I do?
Deal with.
All right.
Fester, what do you want your wife to do? Oh,
yeah, you need to help her.
Oh my God!
I want you to stay on the frickin' road.
Yeah, stay on the frickin' road. That's what I want you to do.
You want to know? I'll tell you exactly what I want you to do.
Stay on the frickin' road.
Right. So Tire Rack is selling. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God! Well, listen, you got to get the car up and running.
Tesla's prices are within range. So
yeah. How much is 2 new tires? It's going to be $600, $700.
6 or 7.
How much? How much? Well, listen, it all depends on the tire.
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know. For some reason, they put, the car goes so fast, they put those Z-rated tires on there. It's going to be like a little over like $1,100.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I think $481 for the front and $579 for the back.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's $1,200 you weren't planning on spending on a Thursday. That sucks.
All right.
Hi, Michelle in Tampa. Hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing well. What's up?
You were talking about love bombing?
Yes.
That happened to me with my ex. We had chatted for a little bit, and then the first day I met him, he gives me a diamond heart necklace. The first date.
Wow.
I was like, okay. And then every time after, it was either roses, it was flowers. Every time we went somewhere, he had to buy me something. And it was always some type of jewelry. Yep. and he fooled me and then ended up cheating on me pretty bad.
Oh, wow. So right off the bat, you were getting love bombed, and it was all a manipulation tactic. And what do you think it was that he was trying to accomplish? Was he trying to, get, with you? Or, I mean, what was the reason for the love bombing? What were you able to surmise?
Honestly, I'm not sure. He said I was the love of his life. He said, wanted to marry me. It was all kinds of things.
How long did this relationship last?
About 8 months.
All right. So he love bombed you constantly, and then you thought you were dating exclusively, but it turns out that he was love bombing somebody else?
Oh, no. We were dating exclusively, but
Yep.
he had...
He had side rides going on.
He had issues with me talking to an ex from my high school years.
Okay.
And he couldn't handle it, and that was his reason for cheating.
And do you know if he love bombed the new woman as well?
No. I was the only one from what I've heard from. I talked to his ex-wife. I talked to her.
Oh, wow.
I talked to another ex. So, I was the only one he did all of this with.
And why all the forensic detective work? Just move the hell on.
Yeah. He kept saying I was the love of his life. And, at the time, I had been married 26 years, was going, and
I get it.
separated for about,
You're a little vulnerable. I get it. All right, Michelle, have you found happiness, and have you found the good guy since?
I actually have.
All right, well,
Absolutely.
that's what I want to hear. I'm glad you're happy. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Have
May
a
I
great.
ask you one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What happened to Froggy?
He
I
was.
heard he was coming back, and then...
He was in a hot air balloon accident.
Really?
No. Budget. He was the victim of budget cuts. I'm still very upset about the whole deal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard he was coming back.
Well, hold on. We're working on it. It is not out of the realm of possibility. I'm working on bringing Froggy back.
How's that going?
I was told by management that it was a possibility, so I'm working on it.
Wonderful.
As they say in the business, stay tuned. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Lynn is in Lakeland. Hi, Lynn. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
How are you doing?
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was calling out a love bomb.
Well, you know what? Maybe not clearly. Loud, but not clear. Can you pick up the phone?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on an elevator. Let me get off.
Yeah, get off this hands-free because it sounds like ass.
Yeah.
All right, Lynn, you there? Oh, my God.
And there goes Lynn.
Is Lynn gone? Lynn, hello, Lynn.
I'm here.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my, I think that's worse. Lynn, are you there?
I'm here. I'm going to get off the elevator. Hang on.
Oh, she's in an elevator.
Oh, that explains it.
She's on hands-free in an elevator.
Love it.
The worst combination of talking on a phone on the radio.
Love bombing in an elevator. It's an Aerosmith song. All right, Lynn, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to call because I have a friend at work who has been divorced for a year, and her ex-husband is love bombing her every single day on the phone.
Hold on. Her ex, she's been divorced, and the guy is back again love bombing?
Yes, he doesn't want to divorce her. He was abusive to her, but now he's telling her she's the love of his life, and she's the most wonderful person, and she left a good man, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
see,
tell
Lynn,
her.
that's the context in which I've heard it before.
Yeah, tell her don't go back. That he's going to lure her back in, and he'll be right back to his usual ways.
Exactly. Narcissists use that too to get people after they do something stupid or be mean to you. Then they'll start love bombing you, so you'll come back to them.
Yeah, and it creates confusion.
So you're saying you believe that's a narcissist tactic as well?
Yes, I do.
All right. Lynn, thank you very much. I don't know if we've ever been called live from an elevator.
I'm sorry.
What floor are you going to?
I'm on floor 3 at work, and I was in my car listening, but I had to run to work because I need to be clocked in at 8 o'clock, and I'm kind of late. But
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you guys because I thought that was so interesting. And this guy is so funny that he just keeps love bombing her, trying to get her back.
Yep. See, this is a thing. I didn't even ask for phone calls, and the phones have lit up.
Yep.
You know, you want calls, no one calls. You don't want calls, and every freaking line is jammed here. All right, thank you, Lynn. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Debbie in Lakeland. Look, I mean, the phones won't stop on it. I didn't even give out the phone number for this. Debbie, Lakeland, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, so you guys are talking about love bombing, which is literally something, I know you guys don't talk about The Bachelorette, that show, very much, but literally the guy that
Devin.
The Bachelorette picked.
Devin, right?
Yes, he love bombed
Yes.
Jen on The Bachelorette like crazy, and then dumped her as
her.
soon as the
Yeah.
show was over.
That's right.
As
That's a great
soon as
example of
it was
it.
over. It was crazy that you guys are talking about love bombing that literally just happened on that show.
That's what happened. And a lot of people are upset that The Bachelorette aired that footage, like had her torturously have to sit there and watch the whole
she
experience.
had to sit on the show and literally watch the proposal, bawling her eyes out.
All right,
it was so uncomfortable.
All right, so wait a sec. I believe I have a story on this. In my little entertainment pile, I printed this out last night. Tell me if this makes sense. ABC, The Bachelorette runs on ABC. The headline is ABC slam for cruel and inhumane Bachelorette finale. Is this what you're talking about? ABC has been slammed over a cruel finale of The Bachelorette after it forced star Jen Tran to watch back her ill-fated proposal while weeping uncontrollably. The network has been accused of humiliating the 26-year-old during Tuesday night's explosive 3-hour season end. Is that what you're referring to?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Were you uncomfortable? Do you think that it was it abusive?
It was extremely abusive.
Wow.
And the guy was sitting right next to her the entire time, literally not giving a crap about any of it.
Wow. The Bachelorette on ABC.
This is ABC.
Wow.
Talk about a douchebag. That guy was a douchebag.
All right. Well, thank you for the analysis, Debbie. Have a great one.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
The phones have blown up on. Andrew, one more, and I got to move on. Angela in Tampa. Angela, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, MJ.
Hey.
Yeah, love bombing. The reason why they do it, especially if you're high up on the narcissistic scale, is to get you to fall in love with them as quickly as possible so that they can reveal their true selves and treat you as badly and as poorly, however they want to. That way, then you're now confused. You're like, wait, but you loved me so much, and then they won't leave. They won't leave that person because now they're trauma bonded to them.
That makes
trauma bonded.
I'm learning all kinds of crap. So I've got love bombing and trauma bonded. Holy crap.
Yes.
Man.
And I went through it myself for 5 years. I had a kid with him. And they're relentless. They will never give up. Like, if I went back to today and said, yes, I want to be with you, he would jump on it. He'd be like, oh, yes, I love you so much. But right now, because I don't want to be with him, he treats me like garbage.
Wow. And you said you had a kid with him. Do you like the kid?
Don't make me answer that.
All right. Hold on. No, I'm curious.
The answer might be no. I mean, that seems like a quick yes for most mothers.
Seriously, do you like the kid?
He has a lot of. I love.
Oh my God! Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. You don't like the kid?
So many traits that his father has, and I'm terrified that he is going to be a narcissist.
Oh my God! Like a little. How old's the kid?
He's 10.
Oh my God! Like a little Damien. Have you checked the scalp?
I should.
Wow, you don't like the kid? I mean,
I do like his great side. He's amazing.
Does the father have any custody or visitation rights on the kid?
Yeah, we do. We do week to week. He has him 1 week.
So does the father like poison the kid when the kid's with dad?
Psychologically, I believe so.
No, I mean turning the kid against you.
Yeah. I believe so, yeah, because when I get him back, like, he doesn't want to listen.
Yep.
He treats me, like, really, really bad. But for his father, he's straight and narrow because he's terrified of him.
Wow. All right, Angela, thanks for the call. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Man, when I asked her if she liked the kid, it was like, she doesn't.
It was a dramatic pause.
Man, it's like, whoa, man. You never know what the hell's going to happen on this show. All right, speaking of the reality television and the Bachelorette just getting brought up, and apparently this abusive, people apparently are I printed this whole story out that people are pissed at ABC, and they thought it was like psychological trauma.
Yeah, ABC needs some sensitivity training.
Exactly, without a doubt.
This is ABC.
All right, so speaking of, and this is also ABC, they announced the new season stars for Dancing with the Stars. And I'm not into the show. Ever since they fired Tom Bergeron, they can go to hell.
Did they fire him or did he retire?
No, they fired him. Tom Bergeron was, first of all, I never watched the damn show real. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, but I never watched the show. But when they fired Tom Bergeron, I was done with them. Anyway, the new season of Dancing with the Stars, the dancers have been announced, and among the stars, and I wonder if Michelle's going to watch this damn thing now. Among the stars on the new Dancing with the Stars, I guess it's season 33, from Beverly Hills 90210, Luke Perry is going to be on.
Wow.
Wow.
He's going to have to limber up a little bit.
I'm kidding. It's not Luke Perry. May he rest in peace. Yeah. No, but Michelle, my lovely wife, is watching 90210 from the beginning. And I'm seeing, a bunch of episodes as well, because sometimes she watches downstairs when I'm doing work. Sometimes she disappears for 3 hours and binges up in the bedroom. But Michelle is in I think season 5. And do you know that Beverly Hills 90210 back in there were 32 episode seasons? It's an enormous amount of episodes. And now, can you guess? If you were to guess who's on season 33? I'm just going to tell you. Shannon Doherty is on season 30. I'm kidding. I'm joking. May she rest in peace as well.
Is this a funny line of guesses? Is this where this is going?
I should just stop.
Is Amy Winehouse going to be on season 2?
No.
Matthew Perry would have been a funnier joke than Luke Perry. It certainly would have been more timely.
Tori Spelling, who is still alive, is going to be on season 33.
For real?
Yes.
Okay.
She's alive.
I didn't know if that was a joke or not either.
No,
at this point.
I mean, who knows? Is she alive?
Let me call her. Yes, Tori Spelling's alive. And she has totally rearranged her face. Seriously, she is.
Hello.
Hey, are you listening?
Well, I wasn't, and then I was when I heard you say my name.
Tori Spelling has just been announced as one of the contestants on Dancing with the Stars, season 33.
I saw it.
Oh, are you going to watch? I mean, you've never really watched Dancing with the Stars, but you're all engrossed in Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah, that's a story.
What are you on? Season 5?
I just started season 5.
And so you have no interest in seeing Tori Spelling on Dancing with the Stars?
Not really. Although she looks amazing now.
Well, I just mentioned that. She totally rearranged her face. What did she's unrecognizable.
No, she just had a little bit of, filler and Botox.
Oh, no. It's not just a little bit of filler and Botox.
The deviated septum thing.
No. Michelle, I've seen a picture of Tori Spelling now.
No.
You wouldn't even recognize her as the Tori Spelling that people know. She looks nothing. Guess what? If she had an old passport photo and she tried to get through passport control at the airport, she's not getting through.
I think she says no. She only had maybe a nose job and some Botox or something.
Get out of here! It's like Face Off with John Travolta. All right, listen. She has a whole new. I think they put a new head on her.
Subpoena her medical records. What can I tell you?
But you have no interest in watching since she's going to be on.
No, she's probably going to get thrown off the first time.
Yeah. Also, Julia Roberts' brother Eric Roberts. He creeps me out. Am I the only one?
He's going to be on it. I might watch it.
Yeah, Eric Roberts, he creeps me out. Why is that?
What?
He has a smarmy look to him.
Yeah.
Those are the roles he plays.
Yeah.
Don't confuse the actor with the character.
Right.
Very talented actor. Has been around for a long time.
Yes.
And then there are a whole bunch of contestants. I'm just picking out the ones that are interesting to me. And that fraudster. Remember the socialite fraudster that Anna Delvey.
With her ankle monitor on?
Yeah.
Have you seen the publicity photo?
There. Yeah.
So Anna Delvey, who was the subject of that Inventing Anna series on Netflix, which really was good. I mean, that was really well done. And if you haven't seen Inventing Anna on Netflix, you really should. And she's going to be she is the one that had all these grandiose ideas, and she was cruising on other people's money.
Well, let's hope she gets thrown off first then.
She ripped off New York high society for millions of dollars.
Are you crazy, Michelle? I hope she wins, her and her ankle monitor. Michelle, why do you...
Hold on a minute. Let's explain. The publicity photo from ABC for Dancing with the Stars?
This is ABC.
Yeah. All right. So she's wearing an ankle monitor in the actual publicity photo.
Did you play the NBC jingle just there?
No, I did.
This is ABC.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's supposed to still be in our country legally.
I think there are some deportation proceedings. However, she's here for now, and she can travel.
Let's hope she gets deported before this show gets going.
Is she really? Listen, is she really going to be dancing with a black ankle monitor on?
Listen to Michelle cracking down on immigration.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, isn't Tori Spelling? Isn't she kind of poor right now? What does Anna think of her?
Tori Spelling is so poor. I gotta say right now, if I win Dancing with the Stars, all the money will go to my foundation.
Move your microphone up. Yeah,
it's right there.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
Listen, Anna Delvey is. She looks phenomenal. Have you seen the publicity photo? She looks great.
She looked much better than those Rikers pictures.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a better looking ankle bracelet.
All right.
Mr. Winslow is on there.
Who the hell's that?
From Urkel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Urkel, dude. All right, Michelle, I got to run. I got to move on.
Have fun.
All right, bye-bye. Anna Delvey. Festa, do you still know how to do your impression of Anna Delvey?
You just did it.
I haven't done it in a long time. I have to really work myself into it right now. MJ, would you please help my foundation? We would like to have a room dedicated to you.
No, it's not as good as it used to be.
You know, I haven't.
Dude, you lost your Anna. Festa used to do a hysterical Anna Delvey
I gotta
impression.
look into it. I gotta get a little. I don't know.
He was always talking to Elon.
Elon was always talking to Anna.
Come on. Come on.
Now, you know, budget cuts killed my Anna Delvey.
What do you think of my shoes?
So poor. What are you doing?
Your shoes are terrible. What are you, poor?
You're wearing Bobo New Balances. All right.
I love my New Balances.
Listen, and for all of my fans of Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is the best of the Real Housewives, Phaedra is on this season of Dancing with the Stars.
Hey, while we're on a little bit of a celebrity kick here, and then we'll get into Roxanne's insane tip story, you got to hear this. This is insane. Jamie Foxx, and remember his whole health ailment where he was allegedly close to death? So Jamie Foxx never really elaborated on what happened to him. So if you remember, I had to pull the story up. This was from back in July. This is an NBC News article. Jamie Foxx has shed new light on the health scare that hospitalized him in April of 2023. Remember, he disappeared for months. And there were reports that he was like on death's door, that he was in a coma.
He would never make a recovery. And now he's just snap, bounce back.
Yeah, I was flipping through channels. He's the host of some game show on, what was it, on Fox?
Is he really?
Yeah. He's like the host of, what the hell's that
I'll
thing?
look it up.
Shazam.
That's a game show?
Yeah, they turned the freaking Shazam app into a game show. My God, are they out of ideas? All right, so Jamie Foxx, this is from July. In a newly surfaced video circulating on social media, Fox talks to people in downtown Phoenix, reliving the start of the scare. He said, bad headache, asked my boy for an Advil, and then he snaps his fingers. I was gone for 20 days. I don't remember anything.
Oh, wow.
He said that he was in Atlanta and that his sister and his daughter took him to a doctor from whom he received a cortisone shot, an injection used to treat inflammatory conditions, swelling, pain, irritation. Next, doctor said there's something going on here. He says, motioning to his head, but he doesn't want to give details, saying, I won't say it on camera before the recording stops. So that's like as much as Jamie Foxx said a couple of months ago about this crazy medical scare that he had. But here's the update. The reason why I'm bringing this up is Jamie Foxx is going to apparently detail the health scare in an upcoming one-man show. So he's turning his health crisis into a stage show.
Is it
I mean, if you can't laugh about it.
Is it a theatrical performance?
All right, here's the deal. TMZ says that Jamie Foxx is set to unveil the full scoop on his mystery illness, the health scare that landed him in an Atlanta hospital last year. Teasing the full confession will happen on his new upcoming one-man show. The actor dropped the news on Instagram this week, promoting One More Chance, an evening with Jamie Foxx. So wait a minute, you got to buy tickets to hear what almost killed him?
You have to buy tickets to see the one-man show
Yeah.
where he'll talk about what almost killed him.
Well, that's the same damn thing.
Not really. You're
Yes,
seeing
it is.
a show.
Well, listen, you got to pay to find out what his health issues were.
Have you ever, after opening night, we're all going to know, have you ever seen a one-man show? Have you ever gone to a production or a playhouse where there's a one-man?
I'm sure I have, yeah. Why?
So creepy. So creepy. Same person playing every character.
Yeah.
All right, so Jamie Foxx posted on Instagram, what happened was, that's the name of the show. What happened was An Evening with Jamie Foxx. Join us for an unforgettable one-man show as Jamie Foxx takes the stage to share his journey through a mysterious, serious health scare filled with humor, heart, and inspiration. Experience Jamie Foxx like never before in this intimate and engaging performance as he opens up about his struggles, triumphs, and everything in between. Get ready for a night of laughter, reflection, and genuine connection.
Great.
Don't miss this exclusive one-man show.
Where is it?
One More Chance.
Broadway?
An Evening with Jamie Foxx. Ticket information coming soon. And then apparently it says hashtag ATL October 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
So it's going to be in Atlanta.
It looks like it's going to be Atlanta on October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So you got to pay to find out what, or just wait for TMZ to report it an hour after he says it on stage, right?
Somebody's going to live stream it with a little phone in their pocket.
Yeah, they'll have video. You know what? I bet you they make people put their phones in those sealed little lock bags. Probably there's going to be a no cell. I'm telling you, there'll be a no cell phone policy.
You know what? We had a caller.
They'll probably have bouncers that'll beat people up if they try to record the show.
We had a caller yesterday and who commented about like the Meta glasses. Got myself some third row seats to the one-man show with my Meta glasses and just live streamed the whole thing on Twitch.
Yep. All right, Roxanne, are you making this up?
No.
What happened? Is it tipping story?
This is the tipping story.
All
Oh,
right.
this is crazy.
What happened?
So we're at dinner a couple nights ago, and it's just me, Doug, and the girls.
Okay, so where are you at dinner?
I'm not going to tell that part.
What kind of,
come on.
What kind
I'm
of
not here to embarrass anyone except myself and my
But
family.
I just like the facts.
Yeah,
I like the details.
I'm not going to share the restaurant if that's what you guys want to make it about. That's not what the point of the story
What kind
is.
of restaurant? Was
it
it a
was a
steak?
restaurant bar.
What was
it?
it?
A restaurant bar.
What kind of food?
Yeah, do they serve chicken? Do they serve steak?
Bar food, anything, whatever you want.
So
it's on the menu.
Is it like a Chili's?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
All right, so
Here's
what
the setting.
happened?
It's a restaurant. That's all you need to know. Restaurant bar kind of environment.
All right.
So the three of us are there with my kids, or excuse me, the two of us are there with our two children.
So it's you and Dig Dug
Yes.
and the two kids.
The
Yes.
two of us are there with our two children.
Yes.
All right.
And so I go to the restroom with Daviana. And Doug, I come back to the table, and my older daughter's like, well, they screwed that up. Well, Daddy's got to pay more money now. Can't believe that happened. And she's all blabbermouth and tattling. And I said, what is going on? And Doug goes, this is so awkward. I can't even tell you. So now I'm going to have to back up to a couple of weeks ago. We were at this same restaurant.
Do we need the flashback?
Yes, we do.
Where the screen goes
Exactly.
all wavy?
Back in time.
Right.
2 weeks prior, we are at this same restaurant bar with my two kids, another couple. They're like our cousins. They're
Okay.
like family, and their two children. Okay? So when we got there, we were going to do a table for 8. And then like we do all this last minute, they couldn't fit us all at a table of 8. They weren't available. So then we're like, hey, do you mind if we put our 4 kids at one table and then the 4 adults at one table next to each other?
The servers love that.
Well, that's what Doug said. Doug said to our server, he's like, listen, I'll give you a good tip.
You
this
put
is
the
probably...
you put the kids at one of these tables, it looks like a freaking bomb
Listen,
went off in a landfill.
We're very conscious about making sure the table looks decent so there isn't too much work to do. But with this situation, Doug specifically said, hey, thank you for doing this. We recognize this. Normally you don't have...
I found the back in
There
time.
it is. Ooh, back in
This is
time.
the
Yes.
back in time 2 weeks. All right.
We recognize that normally, you don't serve 7-year-olds and 4-year-olds at their own table. So we appreciate that. But the kids were great. They didn't do anything wrong. But we
Were
recognized
they
that,
right next to you, or were they across?
They were from where my table's here,
Right.
and you were where Daviana was.
All right. So 6 feet away.
6 feet
8
away. Okay. I mean, we could definitely watch them the entire time. And they were fine. But Doug still, because he said he would, and because he knew that's a little unusual, he added a big extra tip to our bill, right? For our kids. We split the checks, right? So
well, the kids didn't get their own check at
no,
their own table.
The two families.
Right.
families.
Gotcha.
My
Right.
family and the other
Yep.
family. Okay, so on his bill, he writes this $30 tip. All right, well, we leave. The Wilder family leaves, right?
Yep.
And the other family stays for a little bit longer. And the tip that Doug had written was on the table still, right? The check is on the table.
Yep.
And the other family sees that he left a $30 tip.
Right.
So the woman, our friend, crosses out that $30 and makes it $0.
What?
Because she thought Doug didn't realize that on parties of 8 or more, they tack on the tip already.
And Doug knew this, but left an additional tip.
Yes.
Because your kids were blowing up the place.
Yeah.
They weren't blowing up the place, but as I explained earlier, because it was a courtesy.
It was
he was
an
like,
ordeal for
he
the
was,
food, yeah.
it was
Like,
something different.
Your friend had no right to go cross out a tip that Doug left on his credit card?
Yes, but she thought she was doing him a favor.
Oh, my God.
She thought he didn't realize
So then the restaurant
that there
can-
was a 20% tip already included for parties of 8.
8 or more, whatever.
Yes.
All right, so then the restaurant sees that the tip was crossed out?
Yeah. So then
Your friend had no right to do and go behind Doug and
it's fine.
or
It's
if
fine.
anything, she should have called Doug or you and said, "Hey, did you mean to leave an additional tip on top of the built-in tip that they add for
I'll
a large?"
have to ask him if she called and let him know that.
Wow. All right, so what happened?
So then we went back. As I said, now we're going to fast forward to current times.
I mean,
Yeah.
No kidding.
Your friend's like freaking Larry David or something.
No, he doesn't need to leave that much.
All right.
Maybe they didn't want it. Maybe what it was, they didn't want to get out tipped.
So
They didn't want to get out tipped. They didn't want to be like, what? Doug's leaving 30 on his. We're not going to leave 30 on
God.
ours. We don't want to get out
All right,
tipped.
so
We're all going to do even Steven here.
Obviously, there's more to the story.
So you go back to this restaurant
So we're back to this restaurant.
without your friends.
So
Without our friends.
That was 2 weeks ago
Yes.
where your friend crosses off the tip and does a Larry David. All right. So that was 2 weeks ago. All right. Now let's come to present day. All right. We're back to present day. Yeah.
So Doug's like, okay. I go, what just happened? She goes, it was just the most awkward conversation ever. She told me that the people we were with last time crossed out my tip after we left.
I don't understand what the hell you just said.
Roxanne just said, yeah, friends.
That's exactly. Thank you for translating. I said, Occasion Fester, thank you for translating.
So you obviously go to this restaurant enough to where the server knows you.
Yes.
And they feel comfortable enough to say, hey, 2 weeks ago when you were here, your friends crossed out the tip you left?
Yes. But just kind of left it out there. Just put it out there. He just wanted to let you know that
By
they
the way,
did that.
your friend went behind and crossed out your $30 tip.
Yes.
So the waitress or the server confronted Doug just a couple of days ago about what happened a couple of weeks ago.
So then the
Wow.
Larry David part gets even more awkward because Doug's like, how much do I leave? Like, how much do I have to pay to get myself out of this awkward situation? Because we couldn't, truth be told, he couldn't remember. I said $30. He doesn't know if he gave an extra 20. He doesn't know what it was, but he's like, all right, well, the bill tonight is going to be 50, like how, and the tip I would normally leave is X amount. How much more do I have to leave to make this person happy?
Just make her car payment this month, okay?
Exactly. Do I have to tip on top of the tip that was because of the tip that you didn't get? I mean, it was just
So was Doug angry or was he mortified?
You know what? He was just shaking his head.
Find out what apartment complex she rents. Just pay October's rent, okay?
Listen.
You know what is kind of funny? I can relate to this. I mean, do you think that the server should have told him that? We're customers
interesting.
often enough that we do go in there, and Doug's a good tipper. She's always going to get a good tip.
So should the server have mentioned that 2 weeks ago your friend, did she know that the friend crossed out the tip? Or
Yes, she knew that because they stayed longer than us.
Okay, oh wow.
So she knew that the friend did it,
Wow.
and so so Doug was like, how much do I leave? Because it must have been a significant enough of a tip that it's worth her making the comment to me about
listen,
it.
$30 is a good chunk of change.
Exactly. So that's what he
on
couldn't
top
remember.
of the
He couldn't
20%.
remember. Yes, yes. So he couldn't remember. So,
All right, so what's the resolution here?
the resolution is that he left an extra $30. We'll be back again in a couple weeks, I'm sure. Everything's fine.
But wait a second. More importantly, did you go back to what's your friend's name that did this?
Janessa.
You just made that up. There's no freaking Janessa. Will you stop it? What's your friend's name?
Janessa. We called Janessa.
I'm gonna call
we
your
haven't
friend.
called. We haven't called her yet.
I want to get her on the. I want to call your
let's
friend.
have a confrontation.
Give me your friend's phone number. Show me.
That's the resolution.
But did you guys go back to your friend and say, "What the hell were you doing? You had no right to cross off this $30 tip. Why'd you do that?"
Hold on.
Hold on. Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait.
What are you?
She's laughing.
You
to herself.
what are you got a show? Roxanne's got a show going on in her head.
That's the other side of it. Your friend is hearing it for the
just is hearing this for the first time.
Don't you haven't realized
All right,
that?
let me talk. Let me talk to her.
If there's no confrontation, then your
I'll
friend's
ask her if she wants to come on.
Dial her.
Dial her up.
Come on.
I'm asking her. She doesn't have to.
All right. Ask her if she'll come on the show right now. I want to.
It's not really Janessa, guys.
I know it's not Janessa. Trust me. We know how guarded you are, and you make up all kinds of crap. We know that. Fester and I throw it all.
No, you guys don't throw it out there.
We throw it all out there.
What's Chet's real name, Mister? Let's talk about that. Okay, no, you don't. This is my sister.
So
it's my sister.
It's your sister.
Yeah, it's Angela. Okay, your sister Angela.
Hold on.
Give me your phone number.
She said, I had no idea about this story.
Give me her phone number. I don't want to hear a text. I want to hear her voice.
Wait.
Give me your phone
new
number.
information.
I don't want to hear it from text. Give me your phone number.
Okay, so yeah, you can call her.
All right, show me the number.
Yeah, there's the number.
Oh my God, Fester,
I have Angela's number.
Fester, why do you have Roxanne's sister's phone number?
Because he tries to score deals from her and shady stuff from her.
Angela and I are pretty sketchy.
One sketchy person.
Sometimes she likes guys with 10 toes.
All right, calling Angela's her name?
Yes.
Janessa, my ass. All right.
Hey.
Angela.
I'm laughing so hard. I listened to this story and I'm like, she's talking about me.
How long till you figured out it was you?
So, Angela, did you?
I'm working, so like half and half.
Angela, did you do that? Did you cross out Doug's tip?
Okay.
So Rox has explained the story. Here's the thing. I did call Doug, and I said, "Oh my gosh, Doug, you added," and it was like $30, I think. You added $30. We were just at a table of 4. I said, but they actually already charged both of our bills 20% because we were really 8 people, even though we're separated at 2 tables.
Right.
And I said, I've got the duplicate cup. They print 2 versions.
Yes.
I said, I'll just re-sign the other version. And he was like, no, it's okay. Just, it's fine. But he wasn't like, it was a little, he was like, nah, don't go to the trouble. And I hung up the phone. I said, we all go to the trouble. Here's the duplicate copy. I did crumple up that one that was written and took that. So they didn't see anything crossed out. They just saw a version signed with no added tip because there was already 20%.
So they saw that there was a tip and then saw that they got a version with no tip and knew you must have changed it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that they saw his version, but maybe walking by they saw, but they hadn't picked it up. I guess that's totally possible.
Okay.
Well, clearly they did because they confronted them 2 days ago upon their return. All right, listen, I got to move on.
No, Ange, I got to talk to my sister more.
Well, then call her after the show.
Can you believe that happened? Like they came up to a table and they're like,
call her after the show.
Okay.
Angela, it's great to have you on, Janessa.
Well, here's the other side of it, MJ. Doug was in on it, knew that Angela was doing this, and then
I think he had too many White Claws.
He was put in a pickle by the staff at the restaurant. Your friend took your other tip copy. And he should have said, yeah, I know you tipped me. You charged me 20% on 8 people. Instead, Doug's like, take my money now. Doug doesn't want to be in a jam.
Goodbye, Janessa.
Bye,
I'll call you in a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Bye, Ange.
All right. Got a couple of airline-related stories, and that'll segue into my my follow-up on how pissed I am at Breeze. Breeze effed me over. I am so aggravated. I want to like this airline. But when they do something like what they did, I mean, how can I like the freaking airline? All right, I'll explain in a minute.
We're all wondering the same thing.
Well, listen, it's the update on my flight, which was, I mean, it wasn't moved like a couple of hours earlier or later. No. Hang on. First, though, we have an American Airlines incident. An American Airlines flight was diverted after a first-class passenger starts openly vaping on the airplane. What are they thinking? What are they, out of their minds?
Yeah, what is the pilot thinking for landing a plane just because somebody's vaping?
I'm in first class. If I want to vape, I'll vape.
A first-class passenger forced a Texas-bound American Airlines flight to make an emergency landing in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's awful.
When he refused orders to stop vaping after takeoff. If you disobey the commands of the flight crew, that is a federal violation. What kind of a moron are you?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pilot being a moron for ruining everybody's day over a vaping charge.
Listen, and that's another discussion that we can have. Hold on to that thought. Okay. American Airlines Flight 1733 had just departed Milwaukee on Tuesday this week with 108 people aboard when the passenger was seen taking drags off the vape pen in full view of other passengers. When a flight attendant issued a warning saying that vaping on the plane violated federal regulations, the man scoffed and accused her of making false allegations against him. I know that we've had stories in the past where like somebody like hunches over or they try to vape under their shirt or under their hoodie or something, but then you still see like the vape smoke rising in the cabin.
Dude, I have a friend who sits behind a desk. He vapes at his desk and he blows it underneath. And it looks like his nuts are on fire. All the smoke is coming out from his waist. I'm like, what is that?
Anyway, then it's reported that the passenger tried to attack the flight attendant. Other passengers had to rush in to protect her. So with your question that do you divert a whole flight, incur a landing charge, and all kinds of delaying hours, law enforcement, do you do that over vaping? Listen, if somebody refuses and they won't stop vaping, then you got to do something.
Restrain them.
I guess you could. You could duct tape their head to the freaking seat back.
Duct tape their mouth shut, and they can't vape.
Then they can't vape. But then if the individual attacks the flight attendant, then you've got no choice but to put that plane on the ground. American Airlines did not confirm all the details, but the company said the flight was quickly diverted to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where police were waiting to escort the disruptive passenger off the plane. American Airlines Flight 1733, with service from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Dallas-Fort Worth, diverted to Tulsa due to a disruptive customer. The airline said in a statement, "We thank our team for the professionalism and apologize to our customers for their inconvenience." So obviously the guy's going to be federally charged. Yes, Andrew.
Yes, when this happens, all those other passengers who are inconvenienced and possibly out a lot of money from things that they're missing.
Yep.
Is the perpetrator, the person who did something wrong, are they ever liable?
Well, I would imagine that if the other passengers wanted to file a claim against that passenger, you could sue the passenger for disrupting the flight and maybe for damages. That would be a potential legal remedy, but I don't know if that's ever occurred. That's an interesting point, Andrew. I'd like to know. All right, and the other airplane-related story is... Oops.
What happened?
Delta passenger disaster. Another severe diarrhea incident forces an emergency U-turn over the Atlantic.
Dude. Sometimes those pilots keep those seatbelt lights on too long.
I mean, is it me? Are we hearing more of these types of stories? Is this happening more often? Are people having this situation more often? Or did it happen before and it just wasn't publicized?
This happened last Friday. It was Delta Flight 112, Boston to Rome. Turned back over the Atlantic 2 hours after departure from Boston Logan when a passenger reportedly had explosive diarrhea all over the seat and in the cabin. Oh, my God. Listen,
that's an 8-hour flight.
Yeah, I would just say, listen, can we not go back? Is there any chance that, hey, I got something in my carry-on bag?
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol!
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol!
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol!
Do they not have all the necessary cleaning supplies on the plane?
I would imagine they have paper towels. I don't know if they have some Formula 409 or something.
Sure, they have something.
Yeah. That's terrible. The incident on board the Airbus A330 was deemed a medical issue. Biohazards have been common theme recently, given that, wow. I mean, you know, there are a lot of biohazard stories recently.
Yeah.
There was another flight, a Delta Airlines flight from Atlanta to Barcelona. I'm sorry,
Barcelona.
How do you say it?
Barcelona.
Barcelona. You got to do like the lispy. Barcelona. Yeah, so that flight had to turn back to Atlanta because a passenger had diarrhea all over the cabin. Oh, my God. That's, but no, that seems to be like an epidemic of
what's going on with people's like stomachs?
So it's Delta diarrhea is what it is. It's 2 Delta flights.
It's a smooth move.
It's terrible.
Rough
and then,
flight.
Let me deal with Breeze here. God, I want to like this airline. I mean, you know, the guy that started JetBlue and then was ousted, he started Breeze. And Michelle and I flew Breeze. I've only been on Breeze twice, flying from Tampa to Norfolk and then Norfolk back to Tampa. And our flight up on Breeze was fine. I had no issues. I thought it was a nice, clean, kind of streamlined airline. On the way back, I mean, things were still pretty decent. You know, the landing gear broke when we landed at Tampa International Airport. I think it was last September.
Things were decent, except
listen, it didn't snap off, and we weren't like dragging on the runway as we landed.
Were all right, except for us being fearful of our lives as we landed.
Well, when we landed, and then as he was making the turn, the landing gear goes and starts herking and jerking the plane, and we're getting all rattled. And I guess the landing gear got all twisted. I mean, something broke. And we sat on the taxiway at Tampa International. In fact, the video is up on my Instagram. If you want to scroll back to last September, my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio, and I actually rolled video as the captain because I was waiting for it. We're sitting there for 15 minutes on the taxiway at Tampa International. I'm like, come on, the captain's got to say something here. I mean, I knew that something was wrong when the plane was going, and the landing gear was all screwed up. And then he finally came on, and I was kind of waiting, and then I hit record, and I got the whole announcement of the captain saying, yeah, our landing gear broke, and we got to get towed into the gate. Even then, I was getting ready to fly Breeze again. We didn't, crash. It didn't snap off. We didn't have like a fire. I mean, the Tampa Fire and Rescue at the airport didn't have to respond. I mean, it was okay. So I booked Breeze again because we have my 40th high school reunion is coming up in October at Cox High School, Virginia Beach. So Friday night, it's the homecoming football game for the current classes at Cox High School. So the alumni and the reunion, I guess we're going to go to the football game, then go to some kind of party afterward. So my plan was that I was leaving on a flight at like 2:30 or 2:40 on Friday afternoon. I get into Norfolk at, like a little after 4:30 or so. I mean, it's like a 2-hour flight. And, hey, I got plenty of time. Rent a car, get from Norfolk International out to Virginia Beach. It's a little 17-minute drive. It's a 20-minute drive. No big deal. And everything was good. I was flying out on Breeze, Tampa to Norfolk on 18th of October, and then flying back at about noon or so on Sunday. So I get this notification earlier in the week that my flight has been changed. I'm like, what? So I guess I glanced at it and I didn't look at everything. And my flight was moved to 9:55 a.m. All right, no, so they're moving me from 2 p.m. earlier to 9:55. And I'm thinking, all right, what am I going to do? I got to leave the show early to catch the flight. No, Upon further inspection, they moved the flight the next day. They've canceled the entire Friday flight, and they're moving me to a Saturday flight at 9:55 a.m. I can't do that.
That sucks.
I'm going to miss the whole, Friday night festivities. I'm not doing that.
So what are you going to do?
All right, well, here's the deal. And this is why I'm pissed off at Breeze.
Are you going to have to fly American?
Well, I might, or Delta. The deal is that when I was shopping for fares, I could have bought Delta or American or Southwest, albeit all those are connections. Breeze was convenient because Breeze was nonstop. Tampa International right to Norfolk. And I didn't have to stop at Atlanta or go through Charlotte with American or go through Nashville or Baltimore on Southwest. But the deal is I could have gotten much better fares when I booked this like 2 months ago. And now having to cancel the Breeze flight, which I already did. And now I've got to buy a new way up on Friday the 18th. And the fares are outrageous now. So Breeze is going to cost me a minimum of $225. So Breeze is costing me money because I'm going to have to buy a new ticket on a different airline. And if I could have bought it a lot cheaper on the other airlines 2 months ago when I booked the Breeze ticket. Who the hell cancels the entire flight and moves it to the next day? I guess Breeze does.
How far?
Guess what? You know what? They breezed me up because they just they farted in my face, essentially. They crop dusted me. They breezed me.
Breezed by you with some gas?
They breezed right by me and they crop dusted me is what they did.
Is there another major city near Virginia Beach?
Richmond is, an hour and change up, I-64.
Would you fly into Richmond and drive in?
No, I'm not flying into Richmond and driving in.
I'm trying to
doing that.
I'm trying to get you to stop bitching and complaining. I'm trying to figure it out.
No, I have to fly Delta or American or Southwest, and it's going to be a minimum of $225 extra to fly up because Breeze hosed me.
Breeze blows.
If you fly American, talk to me in advance. That's usually what I fly, and I'll give you all the little secrets of American.
I don't need secret. I've flown American Airlines.
Well,
I've gotten
I
American.
don't know. You seem like someone who needs some info.
I've got 200,000 miles on American.
You need some flight info.
If you'd like some hot tips on American Airlines from Roxanne, there'll be a web post about it later.
Yeah, I think there are a couple, actually. I'll tell you where to go to eat before. You want to go to that Mise en Place place, right? And they have that in that terminal. I had my good luck meal of Brussels sprouts.
I'm not going to the airport. I am not going to 5 minutes from my house. I'm not going to the airport hours early to have a meal. I'm going there to get on the airplane and get the hell out of here.
I had my good luck meal there.
Jeez.
Does Allegiant fly into
My God, you're good luck. You sound like the freaking drug mule for Henry Hill in Goodfellas. I'm not traveling without my lucky hat. I need my lucky hat.
I need my hat.
Need my hat.
And she still got busted.
Keep stirring the sauce. Don't let it stick. Anyway. Hey, update on that Chase Manhattan scam. I mean, the dopes, the idiots that did this check fraud deal. We talked about this earlier in the week, and this became just a hot topic all over social media. You had videos being shot, and people were lining up at Chase Bank ATM machines to make fraudulent check deposits and then withdraw the money because there was a glitch. We told the story earlier in the week that this took off on social media. People were, spreading the news like wildfire. People were shooting videos. But who with half a brain would do this? Well, apparently plenty did. And people were depositing fraudulent checks with amounts that were not going to clear. So people were depositing like $10,000 checks. The ATM at Chase, because of a software glitch, would credit the money into the account, and you'd be able to take that cash out or go inside and get the money. And this is just pure outright fraud. And well, here's an update. Here's one guy that now has a minus $35,000 balance because he tried to rip them off for $35,000.
Okay, he got the cash at one point, right? Of course he's going to have a negative balance. It's not like he got robbed from him.
What are you saying? The guy put in a fake check.
But he got the. But did he?
He got the money. It's a fake check. There's the money from the check is not going to be there to cover the cash withdrawal.
Oh, that's exactly right. That's what I'm saying too. But he got the cash.
What a bonehead.
What does he care that he has a negative balance?
Because he owes Chase. It's fraud. He owes them $35,000.
I'm with you.
What do you mean? What does he care? He's going to go to jail.
As a relatively law-abiding citizen, I know what you mean. However, this guy obviously doesn't care.
He does care. That the point is that
I got scammed. What did he do with the 35 grand?
He didn't get scammed. He pulled off the scam.
But what did he do with the money?
I don't know. Why don't you call him up at home? I don't know. I'm just saying.
I can't believe we have a disconnect over this.
There are. The guy's a criminal. He committed check fraud against Bank.
Which is why he doesn't care that he has a negative balance. He knows this is going to happen to him.
Well,
he got caught in a scam.
No, the deal is that people thought that they're going to get away with it. The fact is that you have so many people that are willing to defraud the bank and commit a known fraudulent check fraud crime. That's what's scary. That's what's problematic here is how many people got roped into this stupid internet social media racket about, hey, folks, hurry, go to Chase, deposit a check in your Chase account in the ATM, and the machine and the system will credit you, and then you go withdraw the money.
How long would you have to sit in an ATM for it to kick out 35 grand?
Well, you have a daily, typically you've got I'm sure they went inside and they withdrew the money. Because the money got credited, not everyone was trying to take the money out of the ATM.
Oh.
Some people were going into the branch and withdrawing the money because the system was showing it as an available balance. Because that was the glitch, which they fixed within a day at Chase. But what kind of mindset and mentality of a person would say, I know I'm committing fraud. I mean, it didn't any morality, any ethics kick in, or even just the fear of getting arrested kick in? I mean, what's wrong with people?
You really don't know how criminals work, do you?
All right. Listen, these
didn't your morals kick in?
These were not, Fester, these were not all criminals. These aren't folks that are robbing banks or sticking up gas stations.
What, Granny just saw this on TikTok and
yes.
She's like, let's deposit a check. I'll just write a check for 20 grand.
People that were not typically criminals got roped into this thinking they can get away with murder, and none of them did. And anyone that did and took the money out now has a negative balance, and the bank is going to freaking go after them and file fraud charges unless they make restitution and put the money back in. All right, 8:51 at the MJ Morning Show. The 9 o'clock hour starts in minutes. Fester, I got a story about your favorite store, the Dollar Tree. I've got a head scratcher. I've got a real question about something because the Dollar Tree made a huge announcement yesterday. And I don't understand this. This doesn't really add up. But then that will then get parlayed into the sausage story. So we've got sausage talk coming up in minutes.
Dude, you got two of my favorite subjects, the Dollar Tree and sausage.
Is Fester the segue? How do you go from one to the other?
I've got the boyfriend from hell story coming up. Oh, the Louisville, Kentucky porch pooper has struck 2 more times. How could they not catch this guy? All right, if you don't know about the porch pooper, we'll get to that coming up. Oh, be careful if you want to tell somebody they have a nice car. Yeah, if you want to go up to somebody and say, hey, nice car, bro, be really careful.
They might take it the wrong way.
Well, I'm going to explain, and I've got audio, and we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. All right, that's just scratching the surface. We have a lot of ground to cover in the MJ Morning Show 9 o'clock hour, which starts next right here on 104.7 Q105. If you make... One of the very few songs I let go all the way to the end because I love the brass, love the horns in UB40 song. All right, 9:03 MJ Morning Show. Fester, I got a head scratcher on my hands here. So you would think if the economy is rough, and it is. I mean, a lot of folks are getting hit with the high prices, the inflation. You have a lot of businesses that you would think would be doing okay at their price point, and they're not. There seems to be a little bit of a Wall Street and like a big business, like a false facade as far as the economy, because the economy is just not as good as a lot of people think. And this is what's puzzling to me. You'd think that in a bad economy, that something like the Dollar Tree and these dollar stores would do very well. But then I saw that Dollar Tree stock got whacked yesterday. It got
20%.
Yeah, Dollar Tree stock down 20% as they've cut forecasts. So the stock plunged over 20% after Dollar Tree said they missed their quarterly estimates. And then they slashed their annual estimates for the entire year, meaning that they're not very optimistic, apparently, going forward. So what's the deal, though? I mean, you'd think that in a bad economy, people are going to be buying more $1.25 goods, right?
Well, I have my entire IRA and 401k tied to Dollar Tree.
And you're down over 20% yesterday,
You're
man.
not diversified.
Yeah.
We're
All
pretty,
in.
We're pretty devastated right now. It's been a tough year. MJ, here's the deal. You go to Target, the first couple of rows that you see when you walk in are dollar rows. You see, you go.
Oh, when you walk in the door, you have that discount area right off to the left a lot of times
and
at
not
Target.
everything's $1, but now Walmart has that where there's bins of things that are just $1, and you can get everything else.
But what is being said by the analysts is that the Dollar Tree hit, it just signifies that customers who are very concerned about pricing and inflation are cutting back spending. But you would think that at the cheaper stores that they would get more business as people would flee higher price stores. So it seems to be just a little bit kind of ass backwards.
Dollar Tree's a tricky place. There's a bunch of landmines. First of all, they raised their price a couple of years ago to $1.25 as a minimum. Now there's some places where some things are $1.50. They have $3 and $5 things. So now it's just a Dollar General with cheaper crap. So,
Dollar General, by the way, their shares were down significantly as well.
I think they're the same parent company.
There's Dollar Tree and Dollar General. Listen, you got what? You got Dollar Tree, Dollar General, I think Family Dollar.
Family Dollar and Dollar Tree.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
I mean, you've turned me onto Dollar Tree. I'm a regular now. I love it.
Right, but you're not going to do all your shopping there.
But I just don't understand that the dollar stores are falling on hard times, which just doesn't make sense. And then what about the sausage indicator?
Oh, I've heard about this.
The sausage barometer. Do you know what the sausage barometer is? Roxanne, what do you think the sausage barometer is? And don't get your usual dirty on us, okay?
Then she's
okay,
out.
I'll try. Yeah, I have nothing to say then. Nothing.
All right, go ahead.
Nothing but dirty coming out of this mouth. No, it's when there's more pork being purchased. Higher consumption of pork by American families indicates an imminent crash.
What, in places like, well, you buy more pork as opposed to beef?
Yeah,
That might be more expensive per pound?
Yes.
Well, it's not really pork per se because
sausage.
it's sausage.
It's literally just sausage.
It's really a new survey shows that Americans are buying more sausage as opposed to regular meats. Even let's say pork loin. Because pork loin can be expensive. And listen, pork loin is delicious, but it's really sausage because the cased meat, a sausage, is just typically cheaper, at least at the
it's the scraps,
like the grocery store. Listen, there's listen, you want to get some awesome sausage, you go to the Boozy Pig, on Cypress in Tampa, and that's not cheap sausage. I mean, that is phenomenal, high quality, amazing sausage. They're using family recipes going back decades and decades, but I'm talking
Smithfield sausage is that from a big facility where they have the other cuts.
I'm talking about the big pork producers and the sausage products they crank out. The big supermarket varieties are typically cheaper than the other cuts of meat. Buying chicken, buying beef. I mean, you've seen the price of steaks these days. Now it seems that beef has come down a little bit. But the prices have been nuts on meats, and chicken went through the roof as well.
Whenever I have a breakfast sandwich at McDonald's, I'm a sausage. I go to the sausage on my breakfast sandwiches, and every time I do, I'm like, this sausage is so good. Why don't we just eat this for dinner? Why isn't this our main course at dinner? So it's like a taste value thing, right? You get a lot for money.
It's protein, it's meat, and the sausage at the supermarket level, the mass-produced, highly processed sausage at the store is a cheap meat protein option, and that's a barometer. That's a harbinger that the economy is not as good as some are trying to make it out to be. It's called the sausage indicator.
You know what I asked Doug the other day as far as grocery shopping goes? You know when you have the choice between buying a high-fat cream cheese or a low-fat cream cheese?
Listen, fat is flavor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, fat is flavor.
Now we have another excuse because the high-fat cream cheese or the full-fat cream cheese has more calories. We need more calories to sustain our body weight. You're going to save money, right? It's a money-saving thing.
I don't know if I'm thinking about it like I'm on Survivor Island. But, I need I need the 10 more calories to sustain my body weight.
Look how many more calories you got per dollar.
My God. All right. What cream cheese do you guys buy?
Not your whatever your cream cheese you're endorsing. I don't buy it.
Hold on. I'm not endorsing. I don't get paid to endorse cream cheese. I'm just saying, if you're not buying Temptea, you're doing yourself a disservice.
I just may as well never cook again with cream
Folks,
cheese if it's not Temptea.
I know that I don't think Winn-Dixie has it. Publix has Temptea. And I don't know about Sprouts or Andrew says ShopRite has it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Hey, Mom, what's for dinner? ShopRite has the answer up in Jersey. All right. No, but I know Publix has Temptea. If you are buying cream cheese and you're not buying Temptea, then you're nuts. Have you even tried it?
Nope.
Why wouldn't you try it? It is a superior product.
I'm Temptea averse. I'm not going to be tempted by your Temptea.
Oh, well, you cut the crap. No, what are you buying?
What am I waiting for?
Are you buying like Philadelphia brand?
Yeah, I'm not going to fall into the temptation of your
listen,
curvy Temptea.
Actually, I think these days, the parent company, Kraft Foods actually owns Temptea these days. Or I think the Philadelphia brand, the parent company makes Temptea. Temptea is made in like the same factory in upstate New York that it's been produced in, for like 60 or 70 years. Roxanne, when you're at the supermarket, buy Temptea. It's a round bin. It's a little tub, and it's pink. It's white and pink. The label, Temptea, Temptee. Roxanne.
Tempt me to buy Temptea. You're a cream cheese pusher.
Buy the freaking cream cheese. I'm telling you. Once you buy Temptea, you're not going to go back to anything else.
Okay, great. 2.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much I give a crap about my cream cheese. I mean, I don't care. I'm sure it's fantastic, but you call people nuts for using Philadelphia brand? I will buy Publix brand.
You know what we're going to do
in the same factory.
Guess what? You just gave us a great science experiment. I'm going to buy all 3, and then I'm going to make everybody blindfold themselves and taste them and rank them.
All right, do the Pepsi Challenge cream cheese test. And then speaking of the economy, Florida lottery sales have dropped. People are buying less scratchers.
You know what? I'm less inclined to part with $20 that I don't need to part with.
Well, guess what? The lottery is seeing this now as well. And you know what's always troublesome is the people that really don't have the disposable income to blow on the lottery. There's a high percentage of those individuals who do. The money that really should be used for other things, it's like disproportionate. The people that buy these lottery tickets are a lot of times the people that can least afford to blow the money on lottery tickets. Increased costs for necessities. The higher prices are now pushing Florida lottery ticket sales down, especially the scratchers. Yes, Andrew.
Yeah, I think we're about to see the Florida Lottery push out a bunch of news stories about winners.
Oh, you think to try to, drum business up again?
I mean, they publish every time. And, websites like Channel 8, WFLA.com, they put out every $1 million winner because that's what people click on, I guess. But people win, but the odds are so long.
A couple of celebrity items here. This doesn't really qualify as celebrity, but an update on the Hawk Tuah girl. So earlier this week, we told you that she signed some kind of a podcast deal.
Good for her.
Listen, I guess if you can make your way, I guess if you can turn whatever 6 minutes of fame into something, if you can make some money. I haven't seen any kind of a a deal sheet on like what she's getting paid to do the Hawk Tour podcast. Actually, it's going to be called Talk Tour. That's her podcast. Everyone and their uncle thinks they can have a podcast these days.
Hawk Tour.
Well, now we're finding out that the content of the Hawk Tour Girls podcast is going to be relationship issues. So now what? Because she said that you spit on that thing.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tour and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, God, that's what I want to
It's
take.
like an absolute nut job.
That's what I want to take home to Mom. Anyway, so
bet. I'll take it home to Dad.
In her new,
boy, son.
In her new Talk Tour podcast, she's going to give everybody relationship pointers. Yeah, because now she's an expert on relationships.
Listen,
come on,
nothing but the best of luck for old Hawk Tour,
Listen,
Haley Welch.
I don't wish her any ill will, but I mean, come on. You think that's going to be around in a year? The Hawk Tour Girl podcast.
Hawk Tour.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of laughed out loud when I saw this. Actor Steve Buscemi. How do you say his name? Is it Buscemi? Is it Buscemi?
We've been through this before.
I
Like
know.
he's been rolling with it, pronounced the wrong way, but the real way is, if we say Buscemi, I think it's something. I think it's something else.
You know, he was in Sopranos.
Yeah.
He was in Fargo. You know, he's the kind of the skinny, ratty looking guy with the messed up teeth.
Mhm. Yeah.
I saw this story. Actor Steve Buscemi tries to break up a fight outside an Irish pub.
Really?
Yeah, in Ireland. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I hope they don't fix his teeth. Can you imagine his teeth are all messed up? If he what if he gets hit in the face and his teeth get, they look better? It would wreck his trademark.
Steve Buscemi got punched in the mouth and it did $10,000 worth of dental improvements.
It improved his teeth. Speaking of teeth, people are noticing that Johnny Depp apparently has fixed his teeth.
Really?
Yeah, well, there was this thing that Johnny Depp fans were commenting that his teeth were not looking good.
Is he grinding them?
Well, Johnny Depp flashes a new pearly white smile after the pictures of his rotting teeth went viral.
Ew.
Remember, that was like
Oh.
like a year ago?
Yeah.
I remember that. So now it just looks like
they look good.
Yeah, while on vacation in the Bahamas, Johnny Depp has a whole new mouthful of, really
Aw.
pearly white teeth.
Yeah, and he's smiling.
I mean,
It's always good when someone has teeth that they're embarrassed about their teeth, and then they get them fixed, and then they smile more. It's a beautiful story.
I mean, I think that he has the money to do that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think he does.
I mean, I always confuse. I know this is weird, but I don't always confuse him. But there's like sometimes I'm like I have to think twice about it. Johnny Depp versus Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
yeah, sometimes I got to say, which one is which? And I sort it out in about 12 seconds.
They're
But
both troubled 80s stars. Is that
Yeah.
where the
anyway,
tie that binds us?
if you see Johnny Depp, if you want to do some internet searching, find a picture of Johnny Depp in the last year, and then find a picture of Johnny Depp on vacation just within the last couple of days in the Bahamas, and it's like night and day. He had like brand new, those commercials that you see where you get the snap-in teeth. They look brand new.
Yeah, but you know what's cool about them? They look natural. They don't look overdone. Sometimes you see people get that done, and it's like, whoa, you have to, kind of get used to them.
This is a boyfriend from hell. This boyfriend set his girlfriend's parents' New Jersey house on fire. That's not good. Yeah, I guess a little bit of an argument. There was a problem in the relationship. A guy was arrested early Tuesday morning. He set fire to his girlfriend's parents' house. This is South Brunswick, New Jersey. Yeah, cops responded to the home shortly before 3 a.m. after a resident called 911 to say the family wanted Leonard Jones the fourth to leave after he had an argument with his girlfriend. According to the statement from the police department, as police were on the way, a second 911 call is placed that the house was on fire.
Holy crap, I'm looking at pictures of the house.
Dude, there's a reason why I'm doing this story. The house is a fully engulfed, it looks like a gasoline tanker truck crashed off an overpass into the roof of this house.
Yeah, he didn't start like a little fire in the corner of a bedroom or something.
I don't know how the hell he did this, but the house is done. It's gone. Luckily, everyone escaped, but listen, this guy's going to go to prison for 20 years plus. I mean, arson is a serious freaking crime.
Yeah, everybody made it out unharmed. That's amazing.
You have a fight with your girlfriend, and the guy lights the girlfriend's parents' house on fire?
My love burns hot for you. And now I'll burn down your
Charged
house.
with aggravated arson, domestic violence. Dude, that's going to be a 20-year deal. This guy's going away. He's 50 years old. A 50-year-old boyfriend lights the girlfriend's parents' house on fire.
I'm sorry. You said he's 50? I mean, when you said a boyfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend takes on a funny meaning when you're like 50.
You would think, 18, 22, 24 and 23. No, 50-year-old guy. Fight with his girlfriend, so he torches the parents' house.
How old are the parents? In their 70s?
They got to be. Well, I listen, I don't know the age. I don't know the age of the girlfriend. But again, everyone got out, and man, that's...
Ethel, wake up, I smell a smoke.
All right, sticking with the home theme, the Louisville, Kentucky porch pooper has struck again. So we know that it was, twice last week, and now all eyes are on, porches in Louisville, Kentucky. And now this guy, I mean, they got to be on the lookout. There's got to be a bolo in Louisville, Kentucky for the porch pooper.
There's got to be.
There's a guy that's just going up to people's porches and dropping trow, popping a squat, and dropping a loaf.
There's a bolo, all right.
And then there's more video of him unzipping his fly, and then he was whizzing on some guy's welcome mat.
I think it was the same house. We played a news article yesterday where he whizzed first and then...
Yeah, that was the same house.
Yeah.
So the number one and the number two was the same house. All right, according to Wave News, WAVE in Louisville, he struck again. So now it's a total of 6. There are 6 porch poopings.
What?
Yeah, it's 6.
Disgusting.
6 porch poopings in Louisville, Kentucky now. And 2 more in just the last couple of days. How can they not find this guy? I mean, some of the Ring camera surveillance video from the porches, it's as good as a freaking mugshot taken at the police station. I mean, it's crystal clear.
All right, I know.
How does somebody not come forward and say, hey, I know who the porch pooper is?
I know what your answer is going to be, MJ.
What?
But are we kind of rooting for the guy?
I'm not rooting for this guy. What are you talking about?
I mean,
this is foul and disgusting.
Yes, it is.
This is a TV series, and there's some humor. There was some dark humor. I would not be rooting for this anti-hero.
Can he get to 10 houses?
Why would I root for a guy that's defecating on people's porches?
Honestly, it's Louisville, Kentucky. This isn't affecting my life at all. I mean, I'd like to see this guy pull off an impressive string. 6 houses already? I mean, he's destined for double digits.
This guy's load dropping continues all over Louisville, Kentucky, apparently.
You got to figure there's a very limited amount of time you have. You only hit, 1 house a day? Maybe 2?
Well, 2 more in the last couple of days.
Oh, man.
Whatever you do, folks, this is a warning. Do not tell somebody, nice car, bro. You might get punched in the face. This happened here in Florida. This is Polk County. There's video that's out from a dash cam. A driver was punched in the face after he complimented another driver's car. This is according to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. Happened on Sunday around 5:45, according to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. The driver was heading west on Tyndall Camp Road, approaching the scenic highway in the Dundee Lake Wells. Do they mean Lake Wales, or it does say Lake Wells?
Lake Wales.
Well,
yeah, Dundee and Lake Wales are right next to each other.
Is there a Lake Wells as well, or is it Lake Wales?
There's so many damn lakes in Polk County. There's probably a lake everything.
Yeah, the news story says Wells, W-E-L-L, but I'm guessing it's Lake Wales. Traveling in front of the driver was John Sturgeon, who suddenly stopped his vehicle, approached the driver, and allegedly punched him in the face. Deputies asked the victim what might have provoked the attack. The victim said that he waved his hand and told Sturgeon he had a nice car. Well, how do you get punched in the face?
All right. This guy's a jerk, man. There's a way to tell somebody they have a nice car and in traffic getting their attention by flailing your arms is not
All right,
it.
listen to the audio. Listen to this.
You want to clap? You big tough guy? I'm trying to tell you, nice car, bro. I like your car. You better pay attention. Man.
And then the guy gets punched in the face.
I side with the puncher on this one.
That's a weird story.
I wonder if he drove too close to the guy.
Yeah, I mean, what if a guy's next to you flailing his arm and wants to compliment your car, but he's driving maybe a little erratically, freaking you out, getting your anxiety up?
Maybe he almost hit the guy with the nice car. Anyway, the guy with the nice car freaked out. 9:23 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. The final segment of the MJ Morning Show is on the way. We have a baby name controversy. A baby name controversy, not once, but twice. Baby name controversy times 2 is on the way. And I got to try to keep this clean. But guess what Katy Perry said she does to reward Orlando Bloom if he does the dishes? Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. A little insight into that relationship.
Is it?
Well, they're not married. Haven't they been together for like 10 years or something? All right, hold on. We'll fulfill that and more next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Lynn, thanks for the direct message on Instagram, but I intentionally skipped over this story. Actually, I think it was yesterday. It was this, Lynn, and don't take this, Lynn, this is not a slam on you. I appreciate you sending the content. But no, there was this dopey story about procrastination and when does procrastination peak? And it's like Monday at 12:06 p.m. I'm like,
yeah, I saw that.
But the story is so freaking convoluted. And
let's procrastinate talking about this until next week.
No, I was not going to do it at all, but I was just going through my direct messages. And as you know, folks, I have my DMs open on Instagram. I'm certified MJ Radio. If you want to get a hold of me, there are several ways. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram, and my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. And you get a hold of me either place. And Lynn just sent me the link to the procrastination story. And Lynn, I appreciate it. Don't stop sending me content. Lynn has sent other things in the past, just the procrastination story. And as usual, it's one of those PR Newswire or Study Finds releases, and it all circles back to some company that's, a survey was done and, it's trying to promote the company. But the story is just, it's convoluted. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out like heads or tails. Oh, the most procrastination happens at 12:06 p.m. on Monday. All right.
Well, I did it yesterday on midday, so thank you, Lynn. I did the procrastination.
Terrible story.
I mean,
explain it to me. Explain it to me.
Okay. I just read like the first little.
But you can't even explain what the story's really saying.
But this is what I took from it is like next Monday, I'll remind people around that time, hey, we know this is a time you're going to procrastinate, so don't do it.
Oh, don't fall into the trap.
Be your future. Do something good for your future self.
Don't feed the machine. Just leave it. Don't even mention it again.
Well, I was trying to think why that would be the case, and I think it kind of makes sense because you're back at work Monday, and you're like, yeah, this is going to be the week. I'm going to get stuff done. And all of a sudden, by noon, you realize you're too tired from the weekend to really be a go-getter. And then you start to kick stuff down the road. You kick the can down the road starting at noon on Monday. I get it.
It doesn't get explained easily. It's a very convoluted story, and I would just skip it.
Roxanne got out in 12 seconds talking up a red wine.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Red wine is a 0-0 intro, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. There is no intro on red wine. Why don't you learn your freaking intros, Fester?
I'm a long form talker. I'm no DJ.
So just talk right over the cold intros.
I would be the worst DJ guy ever.
Andrew, give me some red wine, please, on my button bar over here, please.
I wouldn't even make it fit like old Jeff Thomas used to. I would keep talking over the words. I don't care. I am a long form talker. I'm a conversationalist.
I tell you what, let's do a little demo here. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna roll a jingle, and then Fester, you're the midday DJ. You ready? Here we go.
Q105. All right, everybody. Welcome to the midday show on the Q. I'm Fester. Wow. How about the weather yesterday, man? The humidity. Oh my God. It was like it was stifling, MJ.
No, if you're going to talk about the weather, you talk about the buckets of rain yesterday again.
That's what's coming up. The humidity that was left after the torrential rainstorm that we've experienced for the last week, it feels like. Oh, just awful out there. What song is this? This is Red Wine. Red Wine coming up on the Q.
Well,
Bon Jovi next.
Red. Oh, you want to talk over Shot Through the Heart as well?
No.
I will.
No, please don't, because my job will be in jeopardy. That sounded so good, Fester.
I am.
Put another Q105 favorite with an intro. Just pick any song you want. Give us another song that we play with an intro. Red Wine from UB40 has what we call a 0-0. It's a cold intro, meaning there's no music to talk over before the song lyrics begin. It starts with lyrics. All right. Whereas, you pick another song. Do you have another song for me, Andrew? All right, here's
oh, there you go.
Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. What is this, like a 42-second intro?
I mean, if you want to talk over an intro, you bust out some Phil Collins.
Yeah, you do. And you can say some intense stuff to this music.
Go ahead and talk. You talk over the intro of Phil Collins, and let's see if you can stop talking before Phil Collins starts singing.
I'll tell you right now, there's absolutely no way I'm going to stop talking right before Phil Collins starts singing. I don't even know when he comes in on this song. However, I'm telling you, MJ, listen, if there were... People say to me, oh, you work at a radio station. What are you, a DJ? No. DJs talk for 8 seconds and talk up songs and drop off. Who the hell is this guy? All right, Phil Collins coming up on the Q. We have some Shaka Khan next. Your chance to win tickets to, who are we giving? Mannheim Steamroller? Is that what we're doing?
All right.
Who plays
Mannheim Steamroller.
Mannheim Steamroller coming up, tickets coming up. I shouldn't say that.
But no, TSO tickets, noon hour
Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets.
Yes.
Actually, Roxanne is giving away TSO tickets during the midday show today.
All right, 9:37 at the MJ Morning Show.
Coming up on the Q.
You say the Q.
How come we don't call this station the Q?
MJ and I don't really do that.
Nobody does it. I'm the only one. I'm trying to start a fad.
Something.
All right, we have two baby name stories. What time is it? 9:38. A couple of minutes left. Here on our final segment on Thursday on the MJ Morning Show. All right, so two baby name issues here. This sucks. Two friends are due very close to each other.
Oh, no.
And one of the friends rips off the other friend's baby name because she gave birth first. That sucks. Yeah. A mother is just getting blasted. I mean, this is a total friendship, like broadside. Stole her best friend's so-called perfect baby name. So it was no secret. They're both pregnant. And the one expecting mother had been telling this best friend, oh, I've got the perfect baby name. Oh, I'm so thrilled about this. I guess they knew what it was going to be. And the other friend, pregnant as well, gave birth first and stole the baby name. That's terrible.
That's vicious.
I had a friend who was
What'd you say?
That's vicious.
It's. Are you eating?
I was a big bite of oatmeal in my mouth.
That is vicious and malicious.
So I had a friend that was having twins, and I was happy for him. I said, "Hey," he knew it was going to be twin girls, and I said, "What are the names going to be?" And then he stopped and he said, "My wife won't let me tell anybody.
Smart.
We're not telling anybody the names until the babies are born." And they didn't. And then he named them two fairly regular names, but nobody had the in on it to steal it from him.
Second baby name. Just keep that crap to yourself is what you do.
Oh, yeah,
what was the name that was stolen?
I threw the story.
Okay, I want to hear the name that was stolen. But you know what? Here's a question, guys. What if you keep the name?
Oh, that's why. The story didn't say what the name was.
Oh, that sucks.
No, the story didn't say what the name was.
That stinks. What would you do if you kept the name to yourself and then the couple named the baby the same name that you had kept to yourself? What do you do then? Then it looks like you're stealing it.
That would be disappointing, but in this case, it was vicious and malicious that the second pregnant woman knew how set that her friend was on naming her baby that name, and then you rip it off. All right, second baby story is the number of parents that regret picking a certain name. It's apparently 1 in 10.
Oh, yeah. If I knew I had to yell my daughter's name so many times, I might have named her something different.
Like what?
Hey, you. That would save me a lot. That would save me so much time if her name was just Hey, you.
Apparently 1 in 10 parents wish they had chosen a different name for their child.
If I would have named my son Shut the Hell Up, that would have saved me so much time. You know how many syllables I waste saying his name and then just to say shut the hell up?
One mother, 450 respondents, and one mother has a major regret for naming her daughter Cleo.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I mean, is that because of like Miss Cleo? Or
I'm looking here at the devil card here, and you've got one fierce temper. You understand me?
So it's
looking at the devil card.
There are certain names where you only think of one thing. I'll never meet a Cleo and think of anybody but Miss Cleo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like our daughter's name is Chloe.
I would never associate Chloe with Cleo.
Yeah,
no.
I never do. I don't
Right.
think it's easy to confuse. And we have zero regrets naming Chloe Chloe. We have zero regrets naming Julian Julian.
I love my kids' names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I really wish I'd named my son Put That Damn Cookie Down. Because I say that to him like every day. Put that damn cookie down.
The kid for years thought that's what his first name was. Put that damn cookie down. All right. And finally, here on a Thursday, the Katy Perry Orlando Bloom story.
I hope this has a good payoff for Orlando Bloom.
Katy Perry, she was never like, was she risque? I mean, I know.
you know,
she had a song, "I Kissed a Girl and I Liked
Yeah.
It," and
Yeah,
like the
all right.
Bible Belt melted down.
that's
yeah,
yeah.
so
I
she
guess-
was on the cusp of that.
I guess you're right.
California.
Oh, lick your popsicle and all that stuff. And
California Girls.
aside from
She
some
has
of the
a song called "Peacock,"
All right.
which has nothing to do with the bird.
All right. Aside from some of the songs and lyrics, has she been overtly ostentatious in sexualizing things? Or
She's very comfortable with herself. I don't think she's like dirty or
well, the reason why I bring
that
this
way,
up
absolutely not. But
is that, and Andrew just said in my ear that Katy Perry actually started out in gospel. Oh, that's right.
That's right.
I just got a memory because when she became really hot years ago, when we were on the old radio station, wasn't there a bunch of stories about her parents kind of disowned her?
Weren't there a bunch of stories?
What happened?
You said wasn't there a bunch of stories. It's weren't there a bunch of stories.
I thought that's what I said.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
All right. So, weren't there stories about the relationship being strained between Katy Perry and her parents because the parents were like very religious, and then Katy, kind of became this pop star. She was dressing all, skimpily and scantily clad, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that seems to be a memory that I have. Anyway,
her dad's a pastor, right?
Oh, that's so not just religious. Dad was like in the religion business. All right, so here's the deal. Katy Perry was on a podcast recently. She's 39 years old now.
she's been a star for a long time. She's been a star for 20 years.
Listen, I just remember that Katy Perry was sweet as can be when Michelle took Chloe to see Katy Perry down at the Ice Palace years ago, in downtown Tampa, and we had some backstage passes, and Chloe got to meet Katy Perry. Still has the picture of her and Katy Perry backstage, and Katy was very, very nice, and I'll always remember that. But apparently, Katy Perry has a reward for her significant other, I guess fiance. They're not married. Orlando Bloom. Roxanne, what do you think the reward is for Orlando Bloom from Katy Perry if he does chores around the house like the dishes?
He doesn't have to sleep in the trash can. He can sleep in her bed.
It's a little bit more direct.
Bester, guesses?
The feet. Give me the feet. You know what I mean?
She said, if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all, you've done the dishes, and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better get ready to get bleep, bleep, bleeped. Oh, man.
Was there a your in there?
Yeah, the first word was your.
Yeah, to get your bleep, bleep, bleep. All right.
Okay.
So how many women offer, like, sexual favors to their significant others if they do chores?
Tell you what, I'm going to have to renegotiate my contract at home.
We got to roll, folks. 9:46 of the MJ Morning Show. Have a phenomenal day. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the MJ Morning Show Friday edition. Until then, do me a favor. Let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.